Welcome into the Upstate Pulse. My name is Lonzo. It is a beautiful Saturday as I adjust my new headphones and try to figure out, I sound like it sounds weird.
Does it sound different?
Yeah, it's
weird or just
it does. It's
good weird?
It sounds like Odie's running the board, so it just sounds really weird.
I'm trying your best I can, man, okay?
You blinked. You blinked.
You were holding a plastic chicken and you were
yeah, I know.
like you thrust it in my direction and I was like, of course I'm gonna flinch.
I've broken the 8-second rule, but that's what we do here. If this is your first time listening to the show, we are here to make you smile or make you laugh or make you go, man, these guys are so stupid. I feel better about myself. You're welcome. That's what we do. Listen, you get plenty of politics with all of our award-winning programming, with Tara and Bill Frady and Charlie and Mike Gallagher and that guy that comes on in the evening and some guy that's on Sunday. I forget his name, but he's on Sunday.
He's not award-winning though.
No, not yet. Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
When that comes around, go ahead and enter, and we'll see what happens.
Okay.
On today's show, we have a very special guest who we're going to get to right now in just a moment. Not now. We are going to talk Dookie today. We are going to talk some Saturday Night Live, Wrestle Dream, AI Takeover, a little bit of Ask Odie probably, some video games, Nerd Roundtable. Before we get to all that stuff, especially the Dookie talk, because Odie's really looking forward to that.
Yep.
Here's Odie.
There's a time where you need to talk about the dookies, and there's also a time where you need to choke poultry. I don't know why. But that's what we do here. We play with poultry and squeak things and dookie.
Wow, you could do better than that. I'm so disappointed in you because you're nervous about the guest. I get it.
Yeah.
Cameron is also here.
Well, howdy! I'm in a good mood. Can't you tell by the music? You guys ready to have a fun time? I am.
You know what this music reminds me of? It reminds me of Rob's Hat, which will be debuting the very first song from Rob's Hat live on the Upstate Pulse annual Christmas karaoke special coming up at Christmas.
Is that what we're doing?
Where Rob's Hat is going to be the final song, the Upstate Pulse annual Christmas karaoke special coming up in December. I believe it's December the 21st. So if you've never listened to that show, you got something to look forward to. We will sing songs in different voices, and Rob's Hat will be here live and in person to sing the final song. We are still formulating in the lab, trying to figure out exactly which song will be best.
In the lab.
Yes,
The lab.
that's what we do. That's what we do.
You mean the Chinese restaurant before the show?
I guarantee you Purvis won't be there because there are red trucks everywhere at Christmas, and he's going to be in jail.
I was going to
So we'll
ask
find
about
somebody.
Purvis.
Yeah, Purvis won't be there. But you know who is here?
Who is there?
He is the owner of Borderlands Comics and Games. He is the guy who came up with, the guy who runs, the guy who is over, the guy who's just amazing over South Carolina Comicon, and something that's coming up here pretty soon, like in 2 weeks from tomorrow, I believe. That would be Rob Young from all those places I just said.
What's up, guys?
Why are you giving him that? I mean,
Yeah, it's the Irish music.
Yeah,
all
I
over
mean,
again.
come
Give
on.
him something nice.
I mean, I am Irish.
are you? Okay, fine. You're giving him the Witcher music.
Yeah, dude, almost sounds like I'm the Balrog coming to.
Might be.
It's the epic music.
By
None
the
of us
way,
are named
right.
Durin, so.
You can pass. There's, I mean, I'm not saying you. I mean, you can go ahead. You can go.
Do you
wherever
reckon
want.
Gandalf was standing there and says to Rob, "You shall pass"?
Yes.
I'll be like,
exactly.
Gandalf, have a monster. It's going to be okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be all right. Just take it easy. I know.
Relax, big guy.
There you go.
I'll be like, it's all right, Gandalf.
So this is my first time being on the air with Rob for quite some time, because last time he was here, I was in Columbia collecting hardware.
I was going to say somebody was coming out with a wheelbarrow full of hardware.
Yeah, it
last
wasn't
time,
our
if I
best
remember
year,
right.
but I will say 3-time best sports show in the state of South Carolina. That's not bad. That's not bad. They do not have a weekend show category yet. When they do, it's ours. I mean, we will own that for sure. But they don't have that yet. So until then,
That's going to be tricky
why? Because you
because
think you're going to compete with them?
two weekend
Yeah,
guys.
yeah. But I don't know if you knew this, but
Go on.
I'm pretty good.
I know.
Yeah.
But the other thing is,
Hey, if you win, I win. Because
Yeah. And
team.
if the weekend, if this show on the weekend wins, then well, I'm in it.
That's true. You could win twice. You
Yeah, so
absolutely
either
could.
way, you win.
Yeah, there you go. If you want to be a part of the show, text line is 71307. Please text Flaccid. Put as many C's or Z's or S's in there. We don't care. I mean, it's Saturday. Do what you want to do.
Throw a Q in there. Have fun.
No, it still has to look like Flaccid. Tara hates it, so do it because
but
we love doing that.
There's a bumper now.
What?
There's a buffer between us and Tara.
It's not really a buffer though.
Okay.
Because you're going to make those texts disappear?
No, because actually they do text in Kid Flaccid on Sunday nights.
Good.
Yeah.
There we go. So the tradition continues.
You're a bridge. You're
Also,
a Flaccid bridge.
You are. It's a floppy bridge. You don't know if you're going to get across it, but
It's a little bouncy.
Yeah, it's it kind of wobbles and waves.
Kind of sags in the middle.
We are also live on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch at either 98.9 WRD or the Upstate Pulse. So check us out live right now where you can see Rob's awesome hat, which they always look immaculate. Are you one of those guys that only wears something once?
No, this hat's old.
It doesn't look old. It's
Yeah,
it's
old.
very kempt.
Several years old, actually.
Wow.
Now, I've been wearing baseball caps a lot more lately, so I don't wear it. I don't wear it every day like I used to.
It's a good looking hat. And
It's kind of your signature look to a degree.
Do you guys know the secret origin of the hat?
Of any hat or
No,
that
of me wearing the hat.
Oh, okay.
So like you said, it's become kind of a look for me for the shop. But when we first bought the store, my wife said I used to shave my head and I didn't wear glasses and had a goatee, and she was like, you're dealing with kids a lot and family. You might want to soften your look a little bit. And when I was growing up, my grandfather used to wear these. And so I would remember trying to put his hats on. It would fall down over my eyes and I couldn't see where I was going. Everybody would laugh. And I thought about it and I went, well, that makes me feel good. It'll probably make somebody else feel good.
Yeah.
And so when I did this, 15 years ago or whatever, these hats were impossible to find. They've kind of come back in popularity since then. But when I first started doing it, I couldn't find them. I had to mail order them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of cool. But I owe that to my grandfather. So there's one for RL.
They're still not really easy to come by, and because I like them hats. I do like them hats. And
Yeah, because they're not quite a Boston Scally. They're a little different than those.
I know two guys who wear those hats and they're both named Rob. And it's not the Rob you think. It's a former engineer who used to work here, started out as a board op, and now works in Charlotte. And he still wears those hats.
They're comfortable. But I mean, like when it's hot and sunny out, they don't really block the eyes a whole lot.
No.
So that's
I mean,
why I
you
like
can,
the
you can
ball
wear
They're
it
very
lower.
fashionable, but
You
not
can bring it down.
entirely.
Yeah, if you wear
functional.
glasses, it's hard to get them
It is.
get them quite down where you want.
All right. Let's jump out to text line. A texter asks, what does Odie and Rob think of Irish comic book characters like Banshee and Black Tom Cassidy? Let's let Odie answer first.
Banshee is not the Banshee. It's some dude screaming. That's it.
You're just going from the movie. You're not going from the comic book.
Yeah, he can fly in the comics.
You
when
know
he
I
screams.
can't read.
Stop it. You can too.
Okay. No, but the only Banshee. No, because he could fly in. Well, no, in the movie he was propelled by his voice.
That's how he is in the comics.
Okay, but he's not. He's not.
Days of Future Past.
Although
when
he's yelling forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can propel him.
It makes no sense.
Let's suspend belief. It just works that way.
But no, because the Banshee is supposed to be a very attractive, beautiful, but yet ugly lady.
Yeah, but we're talking about comic book characters.
But
That's what the texter asked.
Yeah, but he was.
What do you think about Black Tom Cassidy?
I don't know what Black Tom Cassidy. Hold on.
Wait. But there is a thing though. We have an expert in the room.
Okay.
What do you think about Banshee and Black Tom Cassidy? That's what
I've
the texter
always
would like
liked
to know.
Banshee because he's right in kind of the wheelhouse when I got into comics reading John Byrne X-Men, right? And Black Tom and Juggernaut make a good team.
Yep.
Oh, Black Tom has a very devil-esque looking goatee about him.
Doesn't he though?
He kind of does.
It looks like he'd put Penelope over the railroad tracks.
I think he would. And then
They have a dog with him.
Banshee would come down screaming, and then Penelope would be deaf, but she'd be taken off the tracks.
That's right.
But she'd be deaf.
It's fine. It's a
Okay.
trade-off. It's a trade-off.
I'm sure there's a demographic out there who actually got that. So yes.
Somewhere between life and death.
If only we had a.
Yeah, if I had the crickets, they'd be playing right now. That's pretty
I
bad.
could just get the
Love
Nerf
it.
gun and just shoot him.
I'll just show myself out. No.
right.
Listen, we will not be talking about Nerf guns because we all know what.
That's a good point. I'm glad you brought that up.
I'm not.
Make sure you stay tuned. After the show is over, Odie is facing a Nerf wall. By the way, we're going to take a break. And I want to tell you before this hour is over, we're going to pick AEW Wrestle Dream for the next Nerf wall, and Rob is going to pick for Matthew.
Nice.
Matthew
Sorry,
doesn't know
Matthew.
that, so I mean, you could just go opposite of what you think's really going to happen. Because I feel bad when I shoot Matthew on the wall though, because he's
I would too. I would actually feel bad if I
Yeah,
shot Matthew. I didn't
yeah.
like that.
yeah.
Well, he can take it, but you don't want him to have to.
I will say the
That's a good way of putting it.
the more time he spends on there, the lesser I feel bad about though. So I mean, there's that. All right, we come back. We're going to do that, and we're definitely going to talk to Rob about South Carolina Comicon Jr. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of Carolina.
Very so used to the other.
Is it good, bad, or
It's just not bad.
well, the true test for these is will they lessen Rob Brown's loud? Because I have to have stuff over my ears because he is so loud in the room. And yeah, he knows. So you can tell him if you want to, Moles. He knows how loud he is.
Well, considering we went to the Bon Scar Wellness Center for wrestling at one point.
Yes, Chris.
And-
Matthew's at another gathering.
As soon as we walk through the door, I hear thundering across the entirety of the arena. Happy! It's like there's only one man who is that loud and knows that name.
There's 9,000 people in here, and I can hear this voice
Yeah.
over them.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I guarantee he wasn't even trying. I'd say it was just like,
Oh
Right,
no,
right.
It was half.
Imagine being in a room with him for four hours a day. So, well, actually more than that because in the office too. When Chris comes in there and they start having not an argument, but they get excited about what you're talking about, the DBs go up to a level where I just cannot function.
Rob Brown could definitely be Banshee
He could be Banshee.
maybe
or
he is.
Black Bolt.
I need to tell him I want to come on and talk Dodger baseball.
You're welcome anytime.
I would love to come talk
Yeah.
Dodger baseball. It was pretty incredible what they just did. They were getting the tar beat out of them, and then went, what was that, like a 26 scoreless inning streak against the Padres? Like it was ridiculous. They're down 2-1 and then just shut them down for 2.5 games. 0 runs.
I like the way there's just a chicken waving in the corner of my screen. Just hanging out there in the corner.
I didn't even notice. I
Darius,
was not doing it on purpose.
Darius has a chicken like that they have over in the back issue area, and they were packing up for Dragoncon, and I saw him reach for it, and I went, "Don't!" And he goes, "Oh, I should have packed it without you seeing." So I have a feeling one of these cons, all of a sudden, we'll look up on the backboard. That chicken's going to be on the backboard at the con. He's going to get me. It'll be fun.
Never diss the chicken.
Hey, one more time. Let's do the latest psychics.
Do you see the size of that chicken?
I get that reference. That's one of my favorite movies of
He's in
all
the
time.
spirit world.
Yes.
How's
Product
the region?
person. I have to
Yeah.
edit it.
They just Young Guns. They just did
Oh.
peyote.
Need to update that commercial.
Which one?
This one?
Oh, that one.
Yeah, I got to update now.
Call Jay and tell him he needs to take care of that.
I need to do it. I got to write a script.
Oh, okay.
It's ridiculous. I write all of our radio scripts.
Why is that ridiculous? It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's your stuff, man.
It's ownership. You get to control your own stuff.
We're going to play
Sure.
something in a minute, guys.
Well, if it's going to be in a minute, why do we need to worry about it
I
right
miss the guy
now?
that used to work here and record all of them.
I'm producing.
He was a sweetheart.
Let me produce.
No, you just want Rob to hear it. Why don't you just say, "Hey, Rob, listen to this"?
No, I will. When it comes closer, I'll be like, hey, Rob, listen to this.
Hey, Lonzo, I'm brain farting. There was an older gentleman that used to record a lot of the commercials here. Real sweet, rode a bike,
Fred
passed away. Fred.
was not sweet, but
He was for me. He's always nice to me. He's real sweet to me.
No, he was cool. He just had a potty mouth. But yeah, I mean
He's a good dude. He worked hard. He always tried to make,
he did. He
always
did.
tried to make our commercials sound good, and he was always real easygoing.
He was always cool to me, but I was always worried that a Girl Scout troop will be coming through or something. Yeah,
Chris, I think most of us do.
All right, boys, pop on your cans.
Yeah.
If you're looking for something, someone, someplace, some person who is no longer with us, dead, give the All Psychics Network a call. The world is covered in psychic energy, and one of our vetted psychics will help you from any part of the planet. From America to Zimbabwe, we know. Just call 1-900-BLA-RNEY. Our psychics are standing by.
Ask your questions and then press 1 for English. Press 2 for Irish. Press 3 for Spanish. Press 4 for Ric Flair.
Woo! I was going to put money on the Panthers to win this Sunday. Should I?
Gonna sa to makara a wail to makji an letters mashi the hole agus kamira wancha Amadan.
What? What?
Squeal mak an bubbly agus ta to rang a cane agus rang car Neil me eg incher on television agus on radio squeal mak to re agus rollabolia.
I'm spending my money for this. What the heck are you saying? What language is this?
Neil me higum to kestene ta me sharks skull an will carry gum dalamakati and letters ta an mahar agus an ahar ra agus rollabolia.
That's 2. I'm pressing 1.
Hola, señorita. ¿Cómo está?
Just why?
Willkommen, mein Freund. Was ist dein Name?
And now he's speaking German. That's not even on the list. Why? Why is this still going on like this? This is so stupid. Why can't I get what I asked for? I asked for.
Call 1-900-BLA-RNEY today. The All Psychics Network. We know what you need to hear,
Why? Why are you all like this?
even if you don't. Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. Lonzo here along with Odie and Cameron and Rob Young. I just want to say that our Psychics commercials are better than theirs.
Yes, they are. But we knew you were going to say that.
Yeah, listen, everyone who listens wants to make fun of those or completely offended by them. They're national spots, though. So, I mean, there's nothing we can do about it. We have to play them. Doesn't mean we can't make fun.
We
Yeah.
didn't make fun, and they knew we were going to do it. So, like,
Well, I could get in trouble. I don't know. I'll just blame it on Odie because it's called delegation.
there you go.
Yeah, that's how
Blame it
that
on
works.
the sponsor.
Do what?
Blame it on the sponsor.
No, I'm not going to.
No. We
Never,
didn't do that.
never
do
do
that.
that.
The sponsor's
I'll
too
take
great
it.
of a guy to blame anything on, other than
Whatever.
being great. I mean, come on.
No one would ever buy it. You need your scapegoats to be,
Listen, if the sponsor wants to blame it on the sponsor, then the sponsor can blame the
We're
sponsor.
going to blame it on the new guy
But
because
we're
you're
gonna-
still the new guy.
You're still the new guy in this room.
Yes, you're still the new guy.
No,
New
you-
guy.
Yes, you are.
The chicken is the new guy.
Okay, well, that's true, but the chicken's not on the air. So there's that. All right, we'll do the wrestling thing in the last segment. Let's talk about South Carolina Comicon Junior. Looking forward to this year. And I want to talk about guests. I want to talk about price and all that. Let's get that out of the way first, because that is the most important thing. What day is South Carolina Comicon Junior?
October 27th at the Greenville Convention Center. Tickets are $15. Kids 12 and under are free. Period. Free, not like 1 per or anything. 12 and under free. We're also doing free trick-or-treating.
Ooh.
Folks can come get some free candy. Parking is $10, and they're doing credit card only, so be prepared for that. I guess that's the logistical piece.
All right. So every year this happens and we talk about something, and I don't think people realize that I'm telling the absolute truth, because I would not tell you otherwise. This is the best way to go and get your hands on merchandise that you see online that you want to buy. And then you get it back and it's like you bought it from Etsy. Not that, I mean, some things from Etsy are probably good, but not everything.
Yeah,
And-
but Artist Alley, the people that are selling the stuff, kind of nerdy stuff on Etsy, a lot of times they're in Artist Alley. You can go meet them. I mean,
Yeah.
not just get it. Meet the
Not
person
only
that
can you
made
meet
the
them,
cool
but you
thing.
can pick the stuff up. You can look at it. You can talk to them. Hey, how'd you make this? A lot of times they'll tell you how they did it, including the Dice Girl, who's there all the time.
Well, she's super cool.
Yeah. And she'll talk to you forever and tell you how she made each dice, which is it's an awesome conversation. It really
Has
is.
everything from like Ducky Dice to Baby Dice.
That was the only time in the last, I'd say at least 15 years, where I have been 100% speechless. I picked up a certain set of dice. I'm not going to say what was in the dice, But I was looking at them and I said to her, "Is that what I think it is?" And she said, "Yes, it is." And I just stopped talking. I was like, "Okay."
And if I remember right, me and Matthew were like behind you, just smiling.
See, that's the other thing.
Yeah.
The other cool thing, aside from all the people you can see, and it is getting to talk to vendors who come from all over the place, and they all have an interesting story, and they're all really cool. And of course, they want you to buy something. If you don't, that's fine too. But buy something because you're going to. And this is a great starter Comic-Con. The one in the spring is what, 4 times the size?
Yeah, that's right. This one's only about 40,000 square feet. Easy to knock out in a day. And the big one is it can be a little intimidating, right? It's really big. I'll have people go, "We'll knock it out in a day," and I'm like, "You're gonna miss a ton of stuff."
Yeah.
But still, it's fun. It's super accessible. It's not as crazy, but we're still bringing in guests from all over the place this year for the one day. So there's going to be people there that you wouldn't even get to see at the big show.
All right, I got to say, I am pretty excited about Eric Roberts. And I had to tell some people about Eric Roberts because they didn't know some of the things that he'd actually be. And of course, the first thing to say is that Julia Roberts' brother. Yeah, it is.
Yes, it is.
It's
It
Julia
is.
Roberts' brother. But when I think Eric Roberts, I think Best of the Best, and especially Best of the Best 2, which is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Come on, man. Best of the Best one is awesome because James Earl Jones is the best martial arts teacher ever.
I know, but Best of the Best 2, we get to see what Sean Penn's brother die. Not that, not in real life, but it's a catalyst towards everything. And my favorite part is in the bar, where are you from, boy? Houston.
Both those movies were good, but it's hard to think of a movie he hadn't been in, right? He's been in The Expendables. He's been in The Dark Knight. And for real nerds, he was the master in Fox's horrible Doctor Who thing. But then that went on to become kind of a cult Doctor Who thing over the years, right?
What, the English one with like McGowan?
Yeah, well, it was American. It was on Fox.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what was weird. And that's why we didn't get Doctor Who for years, because Fox and the BBC were
Because, yeah.
fighting over it. And then eventually BBC got it back, and that got us David Tennant. So, but it's kind of crazy
Yeah.
that he was the master. He was the ultimate bad guy, the Joker to Doctor Who, if you will.
All right. He's not the only person that's going to be there. Glenn Jacobs, better known as Kane.
How crazy is that? He really did help us out. He's been to a junior years ago, and we were actually looking to have him for the big show this year, and the Hardy Boys had to cancel. And supposedly, really good news. Hopefully, I think they're wrestling for TNA, and they had a card to do. So super happy for them. They're really good guys. So maybe we'll just do a swap. Maybe they'll be able to make it to the big show.
Yeah.
I think folks would love photo ops with the Hardy Boys. Like, go get professional photo ops with both of them. Might be really neat.
Well, not just them, but Reeve was there too, right? So
Yep. So hopefully all of them will be able to come. But Kane was just the great guy that he is, and said he would come help out and fill in. And let me tell you, he is one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. Just a genuinely nice guy.
a few years back when Vince Coakley was on the station, he interviewed him, and it was a very good interview. And I've been watching a lot of him on with the Undertaker on his podcast, and the stories that they talk about. It's really, really. He looks like he's like a kid, just laughing about all the stuff that they did and everything. And yeah, seeing him in up close and personal though, that's a big dude.
He's
Yeah, he's
still
7.
enormous and in shape.
He's 7 foot. That's huge.
He's also the mayor of Knoxville, Tennessee.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just looking up a lot of stuff on him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mayor in Knoxville County. One of my guys was really funny. He came walking in, and one of my guys went, "Excuse me, sir, you need a wristband?" And he goes, "I'm a guest." And he looked up and he went, "I should have figured that out.
Yeah.
Since I come up to your shoulder, maybe I should have just figured that out on my own."
Was he actually being funny, or did he just
No, he legit wasn't thinking, and somebody was walking in. And he goes, "Sorry, sir, you need a wristband." He was just doing his job.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
then
it
again,
was awesome.
that's kind of funny.
Would a
that's
choke
deductive
slam been
reasoning.
warranted there? Would you have been okay with that? I mean,
I really liked the guy that did it.
okay.
So I don't,
Normally we don't
Yeah.
condone violence, but
yeah,
you know,
but
He'll
but
walk
if it
it
was
off
through a
probably.
table, I think we could have given him a pass. It
But
was
then
a
again,
choke
he
slam.
was doing his job.
Right,
he-
but,
you
but I
know.
mean, a choke slam to a table is cool. I think he'd have
Yeah.
been willing
No,
to take
no,
the
no,
bump.
no,
I
no.
think he would have.
he's talking about
He's a
he's
tough
talking about
guy.
the-
He could have done it.
he's talking about the guy who was asking for the wristband.
Oh,
He
yeah,
was
no.
doing his job.
He was doing his job, but
Yeah.
he's a tough guy. He could have taken the
I
choke
think,
slam
yeah.
to a table. He's a tough guy.
There's only one way to find out.
That would have
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
been a really funny bit just to see at the beginning of Comic-Con, but
Yeah, instead of cutting the ribbon to open the show,
Just someone gets
Kane just choke slams somebody through a table.
Ladies and gentlemen, now to open the con, here is Kane with a choke slam through the table.
Here's the thing, though.
Actually, no.
I'm
I
not-
think
it
have
would
it be
work.
like there's supposed to be a ribbon. Kane gets upset about it and just goes, and it just slams.
No,
back
no,
to
no.
him.
The scissors.
Or he does the
the scissors.
hands up
yeah.
and fire shoots up from the
Yeah.
pylon.
No, you give him the big scissors and they don't work. So he gets frustrated because the scissors don't
Yes.
work. And the guy who handed him the scissors,
Gets
that's the
choke
guy who
slammed.
gets choke slammed. And the ribbon gets broken while you do that.
Yes. Through the
Yeah.
ribbon,
So
through a
uh
table.
I could be a writer for that.
so I need to ask somebody else to hand him the scissors. That's what I'm
Yeah,
doing.
that's it. Cameron or
yeah.
Odie would love to do that. You know what, Matthew, who's at a gathering.
We're
today.
not wanting to shoot him with a
Yeah,
Nerf gun, but
yeah, but-
instead we're gonna get him choke slammed.
Okay, all right. I'll do you one better. We'll bring Chris in. We'll let him do it. The beard just flying through the air as he goes through. That would be amazing. All right,
Hey
who
guys,
else?
What's up? Ah!
Killing me.
Who else is going to be at South Carolina Comic Con Junior?
Well, man, not only do we have Kane, but if you're a wrestling fan, we have the total package Lex Luger. We have Hacksaw Jim Duggan,
Oh,
tough guy. And
Kill me.
yeah. And then Joe Gaudet from Five Nights at Freddy's. Because there's a ton of Five Nights at Freddy's fans. It's Halloween. Obviously, we mentioned Eric Roberts. Now, everybody knows I'm a big Stargate fan. It's kind of my big sci-fi thing. So Corin Nemec's going to be there, who replaced Daniel on Stargate for a season, and also was on Parker Lewis Can't Lose.
All right, I get there's no maybe Odie knows that. I don't
Yeah.
They probably didn't have that in Ireland. Parker Lewis Can't Lose.
no.
You need to go watch that because it's pretty funny.
It's kind of like Ferris Bueller. It was a take on Ferris
But
Bueller.
crazier,
Yeah.
but a little crazier. It was a good show, but the Stargate connection's a big one. From a comic standpoint, Dan Fraga's coming back. One of the guys that was doing a lot of the art on the founding of Image Comics, which is pretty massive. Worked for Extreme Studios with Rob Liefeld. We're going to have Wilfredo Torres, huge Marvel DC artist. Superman 78, that really blew up for them doing the Christopher Reeve stuff. He's going to be there. Kelly Yates, kind of the penultimate Doctor Who artist, will be there. Bill Gollier from Archie, and more. So it's really a good lineup. We're real excited about it, and try to have a little bit of fun. I think we all need a little bit of fun after
Yes.
For sure.
the results of the
Are
last few
tickets
weeks.
only available at the door?
Folks can buy tickets at Borderlands now. We'll do the will call thing like we always do for the big show. Week of the show, you can pick up your wristbands at the store. I think we did do a bunch of tickets on VetTix. I think that window has already closed, but in the future, guys, if you're a vet, please register on VetTix, and we give away literally thousands of dollars of tickets on VetTix every time because we really appreciate folks who sacrificed for us, and so it's something that we do. So get signed up with them, and they do a lottery for tickets on that. So
All right. Chris on the stream is offering to be choke slammed by Kane, but Chris on the stream a couple of weeks ago broke his hip falling off the ladder. So I mean, getting choke slammed probably a bad idea for you right now, Chris. Unless you think I'm okay with that pain. Let's have some more.
he can get you off the other hip. It'll be fine.
Yeah, you could. There you
Even
go.
him out.
What could go wrong?
Maybe by that force, it'll fuse the hip back together.
Well,
That's not how that works.
All right.
Maybe some magical thing will happen.
Let us take a break. When we come back, we actually had some comic book questions, and we're
What?
going to ask Rob some comic book questions. You are listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas.
I didn't know there'd be a quiz. What's such a big quiz?
So I get yelled at every week that I'm not talking about comics enough. Not really yelled at, but I mean, and the thing is, I'm the only one that's reading them, but you're here, so we can talk about
We
it.
can also
We'll talk to you later. Because I've been attempting that. So, but he's real busy. So,
No,
yeah.
Signals out.
What were you trying to tell me?
What?
before? 'Cause
Radio's
I,
out.
I was trying to
do
stay
you know,
quiet.
Do you know what
You want to call or do you want me to call?
There's
Chris?
a commercial for hymns.
Yes.
Is that like an adult diaper thing?
It is
No.
pills for your soldier.
Yes.
Oh,
And then right after it, like when it starts that psychic commercial, it's about something being dead. I'm like, we just did a commercial.
oh,
It
okay.
brings
Now I get
things
what you're
back
saying.
from the
Okay.
dead.
All right, Chris.
And I was just like,
Chris,
oh
we're-
my God.
Chris,
I was like, this
apparently
is
we're
so
off
funny.
the air.
And I didn't know that the commercial was a gag commercial.
Yeah,
until
yeah.
you wanted to hear it.
Yeah, that's
But
what I was
I didn't
trying-
know. And then I went,
There's
oh
no
God, as soon
radio
as I
there.
heard your voice, I went, I know what's happening.
Get us
Man.
on the
It's
Facebook
the same
and
thing.
Yeah.
You didn't get it, and I
We'll
didn't get
put that
something
on
different.
90.
But I was like, it's a commercial about bringing things back to life.
Yeah.
Is it just
We're
one
talking about
text
things
or
being dead. Yeah, it was really funny. I got a kick out of it.
No, I don't.
I was
That's-
just
that's a
giggling.
different kind of necromancy right there.
Yeah, check the
I shall make
All right,
the
man.
template.
Yeah, thanks.
Rigor
very much. Sorry
mortis
about
isn't
that.
always bad. I saw this great stand-up
Oh,
comedian
God.
guy.
Remember the air
This
monitor
dude is
is in
about
this one.
80 and he's doing stand-up comedy. He said, I went to the doctor about how bad my my elbow was hurting. And I said, man, I think I really got some awful arthritis. And he said, the doctor told me I did not have arthritis. I said, that's great. What's the bad news? He said, you have early
You
onset
want here?
rigor
Run the board.
mortis.
I'll go down and check something.
No. You already told Chris. You did your job.
It was
Yeah, but I can check
fantastic.
in the
Oh,
car.
boy.
That was pretty funny.
Okay.
Dude had a sense of
Your
humor. I
job was
liked
tell
him.
engineering. You told engineering.
That's good.
Good
So,
stuff.
you're
Better than just some deadpan guy. Just
Well, I don't know, man.
not
Stephen,
deadpan.
I tell you what you need to do. Have you ever seen Stephen Wright?
And I've got 2 minutes. I can run down.
Google
the
up some
monitor.
Stephen Wright.
I probably have.
When there's a problem,
Stephen W-R-I-G-H-T.
you inform
You
engineering.
need to-
you going down and checking.
Hey, it's not gonna
what's-
do
What's it
anything.
do? Yeah. I mean, other than you getting out of breath from running down and running back up, it's not going to help anything.
There's a run I could do it, like, you know.
The proper authorities were notified.
Yes.
It is now in their hands.
Yes.
Oh,
If any of
he's
y'all are
funny, dude.
listening on
He
FM,
has.
check it first.
There's several really good bits of his. You'll have to do like
We're
the
off,
best of Stephen Wright. Get a little clip thing. Oh God, you'll die. So funny.
I was gonna say one thing that a buddy of mine sent me. I had no idea who this guy was. Is Henry Cho.
Oh, he's hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Hey y'all.
I'm sure you could probably ask him, Trey. He might check your dental work.
Or your dentures if you have them.
Hey Trey, going for the deep dive.
One of his gimmicks was he was a dentist, wasn't
Sir Isaac Yankum.
Isaac Yankum.
DC.
he? Oh come on.
It shows you can recover from any gimmick.
As long as the next one's better.
What are you watching? What's the matter over there, Alonzo?
Number 2 Ohio State's playing number 3 Oregon.
Take it. Oregon scored.
Why would that make me excited?
I didn't think you were excited. I thought you were upset. It's pretty difficult to tell with you.
You're right. No, that was excitement. If I'm really excited, I'll actually make a noise.
Here's the thing: if he moves, he's excited. If he's displeased, he just won't move. So you won't tell whether or not there is a reaction, but there's a negative reaction.
My stoic can get more stoic.
It gets deeper. It's just like the stone, just like
Did Cleveland win today? Baseball.
I saw the score
They were
earlier,
leading.
but I was watching South Carolina at the same time, and I saw it
Did
underneath.
South Carolina win that?
No, they should have though. They lost by a point.
Oh,
it
that
was
would have been
not.
such a big win for them.
It would have been.
All right, so Cleveland and the Yankees. And the how about that?
The Guardians.
That's why I said Cleveland.
Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. Lonzo here, along with Odie and Cameron and Rob Young. And we've got so many things. I spent a lot of time on show prep, and we probably won't get to any of it. But that's fine, because that's the fun part. The worst part is when you don't prepare and then you run out of stuff. So the thing is with pop culture things, though, usually if you don't talk about it the week when it comes out, just like sports, it moves on. One thing that's going on right now, and we have questions every week, especially about DC. Chris on the stream, big DC fan, so am I. And we don't talk enough comics, and I'm a little bit behind. I got to be honest. I have Absolute Batman. I bought it, but I haven't read it yet.
I liked it.
Unfortunately, someone spoiled me, and I told him to stop. Dante, if you're listening, I was like, okay, that's enough, dude. That's enough. Let me read it. Because he was excited about it. They're in the store. A couple of the guys who work at the store were really excited about Wonder Woman, but they didn't tell me why. Because after I stopped them
I'm
on the
not gonna-
Batman
I'm not going
spoiler.
to talk about it.
Yeah. So
But Batman's really good. There's some fun changes in that story.
the other thing is I haven't finished the Amanda Waller thing. I have them. I'm like a couple books away from finishing that. And I know it goes from that to DC All In, right? Is that the name of the
Yes. Sorry.
And I know it has to do with Darkseid, and there are a lot of changes thanks to Darkseid.
Yeah, it's kind of a reboot in kind of a way, kind of a think of it like Marvel's Ultimate Universe, maybe, just a different look at it. Batman. One of the things is he didn't have all of the advantages that Batman has. He doesn't necessarily come from the level of wealth that he had, that kind of thing. So he had to get more creative with how he uses his costume and what tools he has. I'll try to be a little vague, but there's some really cool stuff in that first issue that I really liked. So yeah, I mean, I would say jump on. It's sold really well. I mean, at this point, anybody that's really interested has read all the reviews and things.
Are the batarangs now crowbars?
I'll just say that
Batbars.
Batman's bat ears are now weapons.
All right.
Ooh.
See, now you're spoiling too. I didn't want to know all that.
That's not
but
bad.
okay. All right. Fine.
There's
So-
more.
Okay. All right.
There's more. There's even more things that are weapons that didn't used to be. So it's pretty cool.
My plan tomorrow is to get caught up on those. What else big is going on as far as comic books goes that you can
Gosh,
talk
man,
about?
there's so much going on. So Ultimate Spider-Man is still incredible. It's such a good book that Marvel's putting out. The Transformers and G.I. Joe stuff, man, I cannot. It just defies description how well those books are doing and how good they are. I'm just past it age-wise. So like, G.I. Joe and Transformers, I'm literally probably 2 or 3 years where it wasn't my thing. So I don't have that emotional connection. So when I say that and go,
I feel bad because you and I are the same age and I was into it.
right,
So,
it was
yeah.
just for me, just past it. We moved out of the country and I was out climbing trees and shooting stuff.
I think it was
and all that
because
back then.
of the cartoons. The cartoons really got me into it.
But I will tell you that, so I don't have that connection, and those books are incredible. So if you're into it, those books, that's why I think they're skyrocketing. They are so good.
Is it more on the level of like what the age group used to be, like when it first started, or is it more for adults?
No, it's more for adults. And I think so. A couple things about it, because your trades are out. Like there's no spoilers here. Transformers and G.I. Joe are in the same universe.
Okay.
That's really cool.
by the way, they're still talking about there being a crossover movie live action.
They are.
So
So Hasbro went to, or Robert Kirkman went to them. I don't want to pretend I know how all that played out. But Robert Kirkman, the creator of Walking Dead, got the license for these things, and he's always been a huge fan. He could pull all these amazing creators in to work on it because of his relationships. And the story starts off in a different universe called Void Rivals, and it's a little bit like Enemy Mine, that old sci-fi movie where you had the alien and the human, and
Lou Gossett Jr., if
Yep.
I recall, was
Yep.
the alien.
He was the alien. And then these folks are trying to figure out they need to work together to survive. And then they find this giant robot on this planet. And when the book was solicited, it did not have Transformers.
Wow.
You weren't told that Transformers were in it. So then all of
Wow.
a sudden Starscream pops up and you're like, what's going on? Starscream gets away, gets to Earth, and he shoots down this fighter jet that happens to be a test plane that has Duke in it.
Oh,
Here's one for you now.
Wow.
When a movie comes out that originates from a comic book, okay, and if it goes a little bit askew of the comic, people get really upset.
It depends. So
Well, no, but hold on.
Go ahead.
Because this is the second part of the same one. If something happens in a comic that's completely off the wall, it changes completely, or a character evolves into something that they were never going to evolve to, do people get as upset, or because it's in a comic book, people just accept it that this has happened?
I'll say the same thing for either one. And
Okay.
I'll answer it with a question.
Yeah.
Is it good?
True.
And so when it's good, nobody cares. Like when they did, the gist of it is when they started the MCU, they lost their way, as we all know. When they started the MCU, they figured out what's the core of those characters that you need to connect with. And the argument that I always made when they did Captain America was, if you do not love Steve Rogers before he is Captain America, then it won't work.
You're not going to love him.
And they understood that. Like you wanted that, you wanted to be Bucky. You want to be that guy's best friend. He's a good dude.
Yeah.
Right. And so it's that way for any of those characters. If you get that core, then you're okay. And it's the same thing in the comics, right? If you get that core. Real quick, back to what I was saying, the way it happens with Duke is this thing shoots down the plane. Duke and his buddy eject out. Starscream shoots the other guy and kills him while he's
Ooh.
parachuting down. Duke has an experimental jetpack, gets away. Starscream doesn't have enough energy, can't chase him. Duke now hates all Transformers. He hates all giant robots. He doesn't know that there's good ones and bad ones.
Yeah, but that's a big no-no anyway. Shooting down a parachuting soldier is
Well, to
There's
us, to him, he's
conventions
just
in,
he's killing a
Cybertron.
bug that's parachuting through the air, right? He's this giant
There's a
robot, right?
bug.
And so it's really, really good. And it really had consequences immediately that you wouldn't normally get.
Yeah.
And the story means something. You understand why he feels that way. We'll just say, well, I'll go a little further with the spoilers. We'll just say that there's a reason that Cobra has better technology because they've been holding someone hostage and torturing them.
Oh,
And there's a
Whoa.
reason that person would hate all humans. So it's really, really well written
It's
and,
Be-
and
it's Be-
surprisingly,
it's Bender from Futurama. Kill all humans.
yes, absolutely.
Kill all
So
humans.
it's really, really good.
all right. We need to take our final break. When we come back, we're going to zoom through AEW Wrestle Dream because I don't want anyone to miss getting the opportunity to face the wall like Odie's going to do at the end of the show. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas.
All right, it's a run through that really fast.
Oh, I hurt my foot too.
Yeah, I was over there at the bear fair. Look at what a Peter bear. Like I feel back. I could tell. Is it a full? Is it a full reboot? No, it is. It is not quite a full reboot, but it is. It is different for sure.
Dude, you sold me. I'm like, wow, that sounds
It is
awesome.
so. Right now, Transformers is selling 75% of Batman.
You want
which
to
is
come back with just
unbelievable.
music?
Really?
Or you want
Yeah, it's that good.
That's
It really is.
sick.
Wayne. This is for Wayne. The harmonica sounded amazing. So Wayne, you should get that if you have that Stephen Wright quote.
Stream.
Oh, and it's nice to meet you. My name is Bucky Goldstein.
Whenever I hear Bucky,
I'm young
I
and
always
I'm
think of
lost.
Bucky O'Hare.
It's okay.
There's Stephen Wright quotes.
I guess. I
But when you watch, you're gonna die laughing. Those
Cameron,
punchlines.
Cameron,
are
you
incredible.
love Stephen Wright.
You will love
Yeah.
Stephen Wright.
I've only seen 2 comedians live. He was one of them, and then Howie
Oh
Man.
man, you got
Howie
to see him live.
twice.
Oh,
And I saw Howie Mandel back before when he still had a bunch of hair and he was using props and stuff. And it
just
was,
saw Jeff Dunham live.
did you?
Greensboro, North Carolina. Yeah,
How was that?
it was really good. I saw a couple of the characters before they were ever on TV.
Nice.
I saw Bubba. Bubba
Bubba
had not
J.
been on TV. Yeah, Bubba J.
When he came over to Ireland, he came into the studio with us. He was just so nice.
He was pretty
But
funny.
He is Irish. Like he was born in Ireland and adopted into to America.
Well, no wonder he plays with puppets. Yeah, he's got to pretend he's something else all the time, anyways.
Really good. No,
Boom,
he's like,
boom.
and he's because even before
I
when he
didn't
just
know
came
that.
into
That's
the
really
studio,
cool.
he was so
Just trying to ignore it. That was
relaxed.
hilarious.
Yeah, it was really
Hey,
good.
don't play with my chicken.
Do you know Bucky O'Hare in the Toad Wars?
Yeah, I know Bucky O'Hare.
Yeah,
Did you say the Toad Wars or
To-
the Toad Wars?
Toad Wars.
I thought he said Turd Wars, and I was a
Yeah,
little-
Bucky O'Hare's created by Neil
That's
Adams.
messy.
Is he?
Hmm.
That's cool. Why is there such big gaps between all the ads? It's freaking me out, man.
All right.
Chris, how much do you
so-
remember from that show?
Yes, we're doing inside here. Those are national spots. If they don't put the EOM on the
Yeah.
end or cut them off like they should,
Yeah.
they're not going to be tight. Not me.
I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there. You know, it's twisting my melon, man. It's twisting my melon, man.
You're just afraid you're going to get noobed. I get it. You may not get noobed today, but you
you're
are
gonna
going to
get
face
shot.
the wall.
Yeah, whatever. You know, you can just sit in your tower.
And
You know,
shoot
I
you.
was worried that I wouldn't be really accurate with him on the wall, so I made sure to bring
There you go.
multiple. Like I might be able to shoot him and reload before time runs out.
So it's nothing wrong with that. We only get 30 seconds. Got to make every second count.
Bob's all stemmed up, ready to go.
I just know this is gonna
It's-
hurt. We're back on the FM.
Dad, it's like the Marines from StarCraft. Oh yeah, that's good stuff.
Dude, that's real. You know, during the Facebook lives, I used to pop my monster into the microphone like that. That was a.
Some people really like that.
They were laughing. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
always a thing. Like, where's the monster? Guys have been asking us to bring that back. And
Chris, do you feel bad about going and seeing
Time right now.
Bill Cosby? I mean,
to do
I'm
it.
sure
We
he was
just
funny.
want to find a way to do it. Whatnot's tried to recruit us since before they started. Before Whatnot was a thing, no one knew what it was. They were messaging us trying to get us to do it. I don't like auctions though. I don't like somebody overpaying for something and then in their head they sort of blame us.
Well, you know what's funny is
All right, welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. Lonzo here, along with Odie and Cameron and Rob Young. And still going to talk some more South Carolina Comicon Junior, but starting at 8 o'clock is Wrestle Dream. Of course, you're going to watch it later because you're going to be listening to the show. Or maybe you're doing both. We do this little thing called Nerf Wall, and we pick wrestling pay-per-views or PLEs, depending on the company. And the loser ends up facing the wall. Loser like Odie, let's say, who is going to be on the wall at the end of the show today. So when the show is over, make sure you stay tuned for 30 seconds.
Or
He
turn
will
off. I don't
face a barrage
You don't have to see it if you don't want
of
to. It's
Nerf
fine.
bullets. And you may say, that doesn't hurt. Well, you ain't been
Yeah,
shot
no,
bomb,
no, it
have you?
does.
Yeah,
Yes, it does.
It's
100%. It hurts.
There's definitely some stinging involved. And if you don't cover properly, it could be more than stinging. All right, there are 11 matches, and we've got 8 minutes to do it. Let's do it. Number 11 on our list is for the ROH World Television Championship. It is Atlantis Jr., who is the current champion, versus Brian Cage, a machine. Cameron, who you got?
Atlantis Jr.
All right, Rob, who you got?
Man, Brian Cage, he's going to pick him up and turn him into a pretzel.
Is Brian Cage bigger than Atlantis Jr.?
Yes, he is. It's too late. You already made
He
your pick.
won't fit through that door.
Odie.
Atlanta.
Okay, Odie is also going with that. I will tell you, I also picked Brian Cage, and so did Rob Brown. All right,
man.
number 10, the Eminem Collection versus the Acclaimed. Odie, who you got? Eminem or Odie or Acclaimed?
I'll go with Odie, the Acclaimed.
Okay. All right, Rob, who you got?
I got to go Acclaimed.
All right, Cameron.
I'm also going Acclaimed.
And so did Rob Brown and myself. All right, number 9, Darby Allin, who I've interviewed, going up against Brody King from the House of Black. Brody King, really big dude. He also sings like death metal. Who you got, Cameron? Darby Allin or Brody King?
I'll go with Darby because that man's insane.
He is. He's crazy. All right, Odie, who you got?
Could never, ever, ever, ever pick a king, so I should go for Darby O'Gill and the little people.
Okay, Rob, who you got?
Man, that's a tough one. You wonder if they're going to push Brody. I'm going to go Darby.
Okay, I also went Darby, but Rob Brown went Brody King. Here's the thing: Darby is kind of, I can't tell if he's turning or not, and they're trying to make Brody a little more personable. So it's
I
pretty
will say
interesting.
Brody was one of the nicest people when we met him at the show last year, and he even drew a sketch on like the plastic they stretch out on the tables. He drew a really cool head sketch. We cut it out and saved it on his
cool.
table when he left. Really, really
That's awesome.
genuine, nice person.
All right, the next match is Hologram versus the Beast Mortos. 2 out of 3 falls. Rob, who you got?
Hologram.
Okay, Rob is going Hologram. Cameron, who you got?
I'm going Hologram.
All right, OD.
I'm gonna go with a hologram because you don't know if it's a picture or if it's a movie or what it is. It just looks cool, man.
Is it even there?
Is
And-
it even there?
And I went with the Beast Mortos because Mortos sounds like something that
Is it
Keanu would
Mortos
say.
or is it Mortis?
No, it's Mortos. All right, the next match is Hangman Adam Page versus Jay White from the Bang Bang Gang. And Odie, who you got? You would love the Bang Bang Gang.
I'm gonna go with Jay White.
Of course you
know,
would.
If you hadn't said the Bang Bang Gang,
Well, I did it that way
I
to
know.
influence your vote.
yeah, there you go.
Okay. All right,
Influenced.
Cameron.
Sound like fellers I rounded up in the old West. I'm gonna go with Hangman Adam Page.
Okay, and Rob.
Page.
Okay. Rob Brown and I both went with Jay White. All right. The ROH World Championship, Mark Briscoe versus Chris Jericho. And I will tell you, Chris Jericho said on the air that you can't beat me. Your brother could if he's alive. I'm paraphrasing, but he said it that way. And it was pretty bad because Mark Briscoe's brother died and in a tragic accident, and wrestling will go there. It definitely will. And Cameron,
Especially if you're Christian Cage.
Well, and this is Chris Jericho though. But you're
Yeah.
right. So who you got, Cameron?
Mark Briscoe.
All right, Odie.
Christopher Jericho.
Okay, and Rob.
Has Jericho won the ROH title? I think he did. He
He
did and lost it to Claudio.
Are they crossing over, or did Chris Jericho move to ROH?
No, they own ROH.
But
Yeah.
they'll move him back and forth. I'm going to say Mark Briscoe just because we love him too. But we just met Jericho Thursday. He came and played. Fozzy was in town. We did the VIP meet and greet, and I just wanted to give a plug to him and the entire Fozzy band. They were amazing. If you have a chance to do their meet and greet, do it. Genuinely nice guys, really good people. Made the experience awesome. Just don't have enough nice things to say.
I wish I would have known. I wanted to go, but I didn't know anybody that was going. I would have went.
You didn't ask.
Yeah, I didn't. It's my fault. I talked to
You
you.
need to start
Like
asking.
face.
I
people
absolutely
things.
talked to you, so I could have. Yeah.
Okay, it was fun.
All right. The next match is for the AEW TNT Championship. The scapegoat, Jack Perry, going up against Katsuyori Shibata. Odie, who you got?
Can't pronounce it, so I'm going to go with Hiroshima and Twinkie.
What? You going with Shibata?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cameron?
Like the bread. I'll go Jack Perry.
Okay. And Rob?
I can't stand it, but I'm going with Jack Perry because I think he'll win. But Shibata's so much better.
All right. Rob and I both, Rob Brown and I both went with Jack Perry. All right. AEW World Tag Team Championship, the Young Bucks versus Private Party. Cameron, who you got?
How long have the Young Bucks had the title?
For a while, but they're the evil EVPs now.
Well, with that new information, I'll go with the Young Bucks.
All right. Odie.
Young Bucks, because I saw one last night.
You did. You got video.
Yep.
I've seen it. All right. And Rob.
Young Bucks.
Okay. And that is unanimous. We all picked the Young Bucks. All right. Just 3 more matches to go. AW International Championship, Will Ospreay versus Ricochet versus Konosuke Takeshita. I will say that Will Ospreay is the best wrestler in the world right now. I'm not trying to influence anything. I'm just saying he is. Ricochet, pretty good. And Takeshita, pretty good. So, Odie, who you got?
Ricochet, because he's
Oh,
Irish.
Yeah. You can look at him.
Sure
and,
he is.
you can look at him and tell.
Richard
He's
O'Shea.
Oh, he's totally
yeah,
Irish.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Cameron,
Irish guy.
Cameron, who you got?
I'll go Will Ospreay.
Okay, and Rob.
Let's do the upset. Let's say Takeshita.
That's who I went with also.
No.
And Rob went with Will Ospreay. We got 2 more. We'll do those on the stream. So tune in to the stream. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas. We would do them when we get back, but it starts at 8. So
Oh, hey
Yeah.
Trey.
We're not
Yeah.
going to be watching
I
it.
want to go on a Jericho cruise too. It sounds like a ball.
yeah, it does. I mean, they got comedy and they got
It just
music
sounds
and they
fun.
got
and while I hate cruise ships because there's people.
well,
Um,
there's that, and I don't know if I get sick on a cruise ship, so I don't know. That's
I
the
think a
place
lot
to
of it
start.
probably depends on the time of year too. Like, is the what I mean? Is it or the water rough, that kind of thing?
Yeah.
All right, 2 more matches really quick. AEW Women's World Championship, Mariah May, the glamour Mariah May, versus Willow Nightingale. Cameron.
I will go Willow Nightingale.
All right, Rob.
Moramme.
Okay.
She ain't gonna lose yet.
And finally, Odie, Mariah May or
Just give me
Willow.
1 second, man.
Just pick something.
It's the only time I'm busy is
I mean,
during
why
the middle.
don't you
of
just pick something? I told you the 2 names.
who's the girl that I looked up and I thought she was extremely pretty?
All right, so you're going with Mariah May. Okay. All right.
Everybody.
I knew that's what you were doing. That's why I'm messing with you. All right. And finally, the last match. Oh, by the way, I went with Willow Nightingale and Rob Brown went with Mariah May. I really like Willow Nightingale.
I love Willow.
Yeah.
I think Willow is just a superstar.
whenever we get a chance to interview AEW people and they want to know who we want, I want Willow every time. I haven't gotten her yet, but that's who I want to talk to. Finally, AEW World Championship, Bryan Danielson versus Jon Moxley. The BCC has turned on Bryan Danielson, or according to Moxley, Bryan Danielson no longer upholds what it is to be BCC. So, Cameron, who you got, Danielson or Jon Moxley?
I'll go with Moxley.
Okay, and Odie.
Well, He's the same age as me, so I'm going to go with Brian Danielson.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Scientific. I like that.
however that works. And finally, Rob.
Brian Danielson. I don't think it's time for him to lose yet. I think they got to make a big deal out of it.
Well, the thing is, it is in Seattle, and he has said when he loses the belt, he's retiring. He's on his.
I mean, there's a chance
Yeah.
he could go ahead and lose at home, right? So he could do that. And I want him to do it whenever he wants to. He's had such a good career and the injuries and
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
who better to go out wrestling than Moxley?
than someone he likes,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So that's
So I would
that's the
have
reason
no
why I
problem
picked
either way. I think they're both.
Yeah.
It's totally why I picked Moxley. I knew all of
But I felt like for a minute that it almost felt like they were trying to set up an NWO style angle with Moxley and what's her name coming in.
There's still a chance, and there's still the rumor out there that there's some guy pulling the strings who might have the name of McMahon.
And they need to, but they're running everything way too slow. And maybe it's going to happen now that they signed the deal.
This is what with Max, you think? But the other thing is, one of the complaints about them is their storylines are too fast. So maybe they're letting this one breathe a little bit. I think they go away from things.
Well, they
sometimes,
did
too.
it pretty well with Swerve. That was a nice storyline. It ran a decent amount of
The
time.
best one was probably MJF.
Well, but MJF
yeah.
makes every storyline good.
Have you seen the video of him on Happy Gilmore 2?
No.
That looks really good.
Yeah, he is playing Happy Gilmore, one of Happy Gilmore's sons.
I bet that's
Where'd it
hilarious. I'll have to look that up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I want to hear what he talks like. Is he going to talk like what he does in wrestling, or is he going to? I hope there's a lot of "Come on, Dad" type stuff because I think
God,
that would be
that'd be great.
hilarious. Yeah,
Wrestling. Like one.
but
of the
everyone
most-
was saying, well, he'd be better to being Shooter's son. But I mean,
Is Shooter in it?
what?
Is Shooter in it?
Yeah. Oh, what
You
happened?
would like Shooter.
Oh, did they go for two?
Yeah.
And they go, dude. Oh, that was really loud. I think it was a motorcycle. I'm sorry, it was a motorbike.
A motorcycle.
It was a motorbike.
I don't want to go. I just want to ride on my motorcycle.
That is
Well,
beautiful.
All righty
Yeah,
then.
yeah, that's I don't know where that came from.
Milking, or?
And I don't want to die. I just want to ride on my motorcycle.
Okay.
Well, we're
yeah,
glad you got that out of your
yeah, it's for a
system.
while, but
That's Arlo Guthrie.
I do like Trey. I do like the Outrunners because they're obviously making fun of Hulk Hogan, and I think that's hilarious.
They're doing Hulk Hogan.
You haven't seen the Outrunners?
Well, they're doing every 80s wrestler.
They are, but I mean, their hairstyle is Hulk Hogan style.
Yeah, they're doing
so-
every. Well, they can't help. They took a lot of steroids and went bald. What about what about Alex Pereira winning that fight the other week, and that it's coming out that they were saying he might not be able to fight at all. Like he went to do a training camp up there for like 3 or 4 weeks and to acclimate to the altitude, and they were thinking that it was less than 50-50 he'd even make the fight. He was on antibiotics. He was sick. He had apparently busted a rib and had a toe issue, like all these things. And then he still went out.
Hey, that's when you fight the best, or
And
the
and,
worst.
and Khalil Roundtree came out and fought like the best fight he'll ever fight in his life. He fought his tail off. He still lost, but he fought amazing.
Yeah.
And Pereira
it was
just that
great.
was crazy. It's one of the best fights I've seen all year.
Well, I think with any of that, it's just like if they get pushed to a certain amount, you either break or you overcome.
That dude's enormous
have
at light
fun, man.
heavyweight, and he somehow managed to make 185 for 2 fights. And there's a 20-pound weight difference
I just saw a thing where Alex Pereira, I think it was Pereira's sister, just won.
in karate combat.
Yeah, she knocked
He
that-
was coaching her the day of his fight in training, and then went and fought that night. And they asked him why, and he went, "I've been coaching her the entire time. Nothing should change." That dude, I mean, he's a different animal.
Well, the other thing is like we just didn't need that much time to prepare.
Well, he was already ready for the fight. Had already made weight.
Yeah.
He was like, "This is actually relaxing."
All
probably.
right, guys.
Don't you outright us? You
Producer.
don't outright us. Don't make me be a pugilist. Rob and I, we're ready.
I'll just slam you.
I got pugiled.
Is there pugilism in Ireland?
Yeah, but we call it baiting each other.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
How come they're not killing us, Lonzo?
I don't know. I don't know why.
Because we're in the spirit world.
That's right. Did you see the size of that chicken?
There comes a time where you have to enter the spirit world.
Excuse me.
Hey,
Trying to
Hello?
find this.
doesn't Odie remind you of Dirty Steve? I'm just saying. You know.
The Young Guns references are just off the chart
There's so
today.
many Young Guns.
I got glared at. That's awesome. Welcome into hour number 2 of the Upstate Pulse.
That wasn't the glare. That was an inquisitive quandary.
You haven't seen Young Guns.
You need more.
I've seen Young Guns.
You need more chewing tobacco.
Yeah.
June Baggy.
I would have went with the.
don't do that.
Don't ever make that sound ever again.
I would have went
Who
with
was
the.
that?
I would have went with the pugilist, but I couldn't remember his name, so I went with Dirty Steve. I could have called you
Dave.
Doc. Could have called you Doc, but you're definitely not Doc.
No, he's no doc.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind being Doc.
just because of the girl.
I could
I
be.
mean,
Oh
stop
yeah.
it. Did you forget about that?
I did. I forgot about that.
All right.
I'm going to talk Cork for this segment.
Are you gonna put
Oh
one
yeah,
in?
that could be the relative. All right, yeah, it's very.
Oh,
likely
so you're
enough,
going
you
to speak like you're from where you're from.
know? Yeah, I could speak like I'm from Cork. I'm
Okay,
gonna
all
do
right,
it for
all
the,
right.
the entire
I
segment.
just
now.
noticed how pale and stuff that I am because I never fixed that light.
It's a problem, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Problems.
Because it looks like I don't have hair, and I do, but it looks like I don't have any. But that's fine.
Hey.
And you, if you want to see me looking like I don't have hair, you can tune into the stream at on Facebook, on Twitch, on YouTube at 98.9 WRD or the Upstate Pulse. Speaking of which,
Yeah.
we're going to do that thing in just a second. Not yet.
You'll have me
We-
triggered and ready to go, like, you know.
Okay, good. I'm glad it's triggered and ready to go.
Okay.
We are doing something. I got a GQ shoot Tuesday, and you know, sometimes in this business you have a GQ shoot, and you gotta go have your picture taken.
Yeah, except
And
it's not GQ for you. It's QG. 'cause,
no,
you know,
listen, it's OG.
Oh, it's OG,
Anyway,
yeah.
I just text line 71307. What should I wear on picture day? So they do have picture day in radio, and you do headshots, which I have to do, and I'm not happy about it because I put weight on. I got sick and my leg don't work right, and I put weight on, and I know how to take it off. Just my leg don't want to work.
You can
And-
take your leg off.
Might need to.
With
It
effort, we
hurts that
can.
bad. So anyway, we got to take pictures, and the business part, I always feel like I got to put my hair up. Now, if you drive by the building, 25 Garlington Road, you will see that we just got the building wrapped, which is, they put a bunch of posters up basically on the windows, and my picture is up and my hair is up. And should I go hair up or hair down? And I tried this last time. I think hair up on the fan and hair down on the pulse. The thing is, the hair down I should have my hair up on the pulse and my hair down on the fan, because over here everyone's kind of dignified and refined. And
Over here
over here,
on
yes.
the pulse.
Yeah,
Have
everything.
you- have
No,
you-
on Word,
Have you met
on
me?
Word, on WRD.
Okay.
Everyone's. I mean, look at all those pictures out there. Even I have my hair up and everything out there.
They are sophisticated. fellows.
Should I put my hair down for the pulse, because this is where I let my hair down.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but you should though. I mean, I let my hair down.
Trace said, "Wear your hair down and look man pretty."
Man,
Get 'em,
pretty.
I'm here to look man pretty.
You should put a man bun in.
That's not happening, Chris.
Chris got me.
No, listen. I lost a bet and had to do the man bun. That's the only time I will ever do it. It felt wrong. It hurt. I didn't like it.
Did you feel manly?
It felt effeminate and
No,
it burned.
no. I felt like going and hanging out at Trader Joe's and wearing flannel. That's what I felt like. And I don't want to feel that way ever again.
Did you feel like going to a Whole Foods?
Yes. I don't want to. I mean, those are fine places if you are a hipster. I am not a hipster.
You were looking for grilled tofu, weren't you?
I was. It
I was
was
Were
going
you-
to the local breweries.
Were you wearing your hemp t-shirt?
That's a man bun to do that to you. It's because it squeezes your brain so tight that you aren't thinking sanely. And
What
yeah.
about Viking braids? I like that idea.
Oh.
Yeah, I like that idea too.
I really wanted to do that with my beard, but I just can't. I don't have the longevity for it.
You can do it with your hair. You don't have to do it with your
I
beard.
don't have
And your
much
beard's
hair.
long enough to do. You can do that. You can do a Captain Lou Albano braids.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, put beads in it.
Yeah, there you go. And then you get to hang out with Cyndi Lauper.
And
Okay.
Wendy Richter.
There you go.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay.
That'd be fun.
We got all the old school reference there. So text us or Texas says Bill Frady has the biggest picture up there. I wonder why. We all know why.
No, he doesn't.
No, his head is huge. Me and him talked about it yesterday. I was
twice
like,
the size
I was
of
like,
everybody
dude,
else.
it's so cool
It's full of
because when you
brains.
drive in the parking lot, you're the first one everyone looks at.
Yeah.
All the attention is on you
Whether they
'cause you-
want to or not.
because your head is so big. It's just he thought it was funny. I mean, because you
Yeah, but
notice
it's
it.
the-
You
it-
can't not notice it.
It's
I
the
mean,
headphones as
it-
well.
It is the headphones
He's
too.
the only one wearing the headphones, and
It-
you know they say headphones add like 3 or 4 inches, so you know, to your head size.
I think it looks good on him.
Yeah,
I think
it
it makes him look a little more menacing. So anyway, picture day coming up on Tuesday. I'm gonna see what I do. I don't know. I probably will be refined. I was telling these guys about last time. One of the times we did it, I think it's like 2 times ago. The photographer knew who I was and was like, "Okay, stop. I listened on Saturday night. You need to be that guy in these pictures." And I'm like, "Okay." And you know what? They didn't use any of those pictures.
I'm just gonna say one thing to you, right? One thing only, 2 words, whatever amount of syllables. You need to Donald Duck it.
No,
Yeah.
no, that's the last
Yeah,
thing
that's-
anyone
I'm not.
needs to do.
I'm not doing that.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not.
I have-
I'm not. I value my job,
I have spoken.
and I don't think Steve would be liking that. I don't. Okay, the Viking braids is definitely a possibility, though. I will
Doodle.
check into that.
Well, the funny
Oh.
part is, whenever I'm describing you to other people, it's the guy who looks like a Viking chieftain.
That's me. I will say if I were to Donald Duck it, it definitely would be considered oops.
It w-
Upside your head, say oops upside your head. Say oops upside your head. Say oops upside your head.
Nobody can take that much and still live.
you can say whatever you want. No, because
Let the
I
thing
know,
finish
I know.
first. That I
I
wasn't going to noob you for the
I know.
other thing.
No, the
For
other
this,
one.
I will.
The other one is not a noble offense because, and I'll tell you why.
You talked over the intro.
I know I did.
That's the noober.
Yeah, I know.
That's the noober right there. You can get that ready if you want. I mean, yeah. I mean,
No,
come
but
on.
the thing is, you told me to fire it 84 seconds before the ad break, and I'm like, why is he going into it now?
I take a break when I want to, Odie. We've had this discussion
Okay,
because we operate outside the law,
I am the law.
and
Being such a square
and
man.
and also our sponsors in the room.
Yeah,
So there,
that's
I'm taking liberty, and you're taking away from the segment by talking about this, and we ain't talking about what the oops is about. You let me know when you have that noob ready. All right, let's go to Germany. Odie has driven through it on his motorbike because
many times.
that's what he does. A new opera in Germany has people yelling out for the Lord because the
For
show,
the what?
the Lord, you know, God.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know, yeah,
okay.
yeah. Because the show, filled with naked nuns roller skating and explicit sex scenes, reportedly left 18 people needing medical assistance.
We're going.
You go right ahead.
Oh, hold on. Before we go,
Bro, he just noobed. Noober. Big time noober. That's perfect.
pretty festive noob.
Yes, Sancta, adapted by controversial Austrian choreographer Florentina Holzinger from an early 20th century show titled Sancta Susanna. Oh, won't you cry for me? Opened just a few days ago, and there's actually a trailer to it. I did not watch the trailer.
I'm gonna look at it.
No.
Okay.
No, do not do that. Yeah, that's yeah,
That's what you want in
Yeah.
your Google search
yeah,
history right
yeah,
there.
don't do that.
Not my one.
This show has everything apart from the naked nuns roller skating. It also has performers suspended by hooks as fake blood pours over them, explicit sex scenes.
Are they naked too? How are
There-
they getting
There's
hooks?
nothing like family-friendly entertainment.
Yeah, they're even a part in the show where Jesus reportedly performed songs by Eminem. So I don't know.
I mean, if anybody's going to perform songs by Eminem and get them right, it has to be the big fella.
So anyway,
I'm at a quandary now
You
because
do-
you know the way I do the show notes and I do, type up stuff that happened in the segment.
you got to do it
I want to type naked nuns.
without a doubt. I would.
Yeah. Okay.
I would.
Well,
No,
this-
naked skating nuns.
There you go.
They're on roller
You
skates.
got to make sure you throw what they're doing.
All right, we're going to take a break, and the thing that I want to say, I'm going to represent the Upstate Pulse. Odie aside.
Hold on there.
Yeah, don't go see a play in Germany. You are listening to
9.
the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas. So all I could think of when I read that story is Odie would be at the show.
No. Well,
Odie would have
it
directed
wasn't
the show.
exactly all star material, but the thing they're talking about is absolute garbage.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's why we're making fun of it.
Oh yeah, it's a
I
waste
have
of
been.
oxygen.
I'm just going to put it out there because most people. I've been to Amsterdam a few times.
I don't know what that means.
Have you had an Amsterdam sandwich?
Probably not a behind a
You've been to
microphone
Amsterdam?
conversation. I have not, and I
Oh,
really
okay.
don't have much. I have friends that have.
I've never done anything that's illegal in any other state.
Wait, that's a country though.
Well, Amsterdam is a state within the
Sometimes state it stands for country as
You
well.
know, the state of Amsterdam.
Yeah,
In the
Yeah,
beginning.
The state of
They
Amsterdam.
don't have states in Europe.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, we do.
Nuh-uh.
Yaha.
Nuh-uh.
Yaha.
Name me a state in Europe.
Ireland.
It's not a state.
It's an awful
Oh,
state.
that's right. It's a state of Great Britain. Hey, you're about to be shot at the Nerf wall. Don't hit me with something. That'll make it worse. The chick,
Give me a gun. Give
the
me a gun.
chicken. Thank you.
Oh,
No. He's defending me.
Not
The
really,
chicken will fly.
not really sure the depths of the level of that insult are understood.
Oh, they were.
I had a best friend from Wales. I understand it really well.
Yeah. This is why we like to make.
Well, I had a theory, and I tested the theory early on when he started working here. So
I could call my friend British. I could not call him English.
Oh, I don't know.
Does that make sense?
It does.
He's British,
Yeah.
of course. We're from the Brit, but you don't call him English. That was not acceptable.
No, but then again, you can't call me British.
I'm from the British Isles.
I call you
No.
Odie.
We're from Ireland.
From Ireland.
Ireland.
We're just a little ball of crazy, just stuck on the edge of Europe.
Well, I get the frustration, whereas had the ability to stand up for ourselves and leave. You guys just struggled.
No, we had
So-
the ability to stand up. We had no rejoin, just
What?
straight in with AI, no
Yes.
rejoin. No, we did it. We
Why
left.
are you looking that way? You afraid you weren't listening correctly? And you
No,
didn't
I
leave
just
again?
I just went from being on his side and did a straight heel turn, and he was like, "What just happened?" He just straight heel turned on me.
Well, that's what always happens. Everyone goes after Odie.
Oh, I just straight heel
Again,
turned. He's like,
done it.
"Wait a minute, you were on my
Listen,
side."
we
Listen,
straight
Odie
heel.
gets what he deserves.
We
okay?
stood up for ourselves, but the thing is, they were right beside us, so it was kind of
It's
like,
kind of hard.
do you know what? Y'all can just get away, and then they were
Punch him.
like,
Punch him in the. Oh, you
no,
got it.
actually,
got
right?
it, Pylon.
Sorry, mate. No,
No,
we're
no,
not.
we're getting down there.
We're not going anywhere. You're living under
Come
our
on, the ball
rule
hit the pylon.
for 800
Open your eyes,
years.
ref.
Yeah, that's why. That's
You-
why.
You know your mom was screaming right when that was.
Oh, I
happening.
can
that's
hear
why
it.
we weren't allowed to have guns and explosives.
Because we'd blow up the English.
That's why
Just always angry.
All right, he went out of bounds. Oh,
Yeah.
sucks.
we always were.
He is knocked out.
I'm
right
not even hating that. I kind of get it.
There's an
Or-
angry vibe.
oh,
They always say
okay.
the,
I
the
sympathize with
angry
it, really.
Irish people, but it's like, we're not angry.
Where's my beer?
All right, have you
Odie
guys
said calmly.
seen Optimus? Not Optimus Prime. Elon Musk's Optimus.
Oh, is that the new driverless cab?
No,
No, it's worse.
no. Look it up
John
real quick.
Connor. John Connor is so mad.
Yeah, it's not good. Okay.
Up top. Ah, no, come on. That's poopy.
From which all you're speaking,
I don't want to pay money to look at Elon Musk.
you just look up Optimus.
looking it
Elon
Here's
Musk
Elon
Optimus.
Musk walking, talking Optimus robots could come into your house. No.
Oh yeah,
No.
yeah.
No.
They can do all the work out at the farm.
They can
Yes.
do nothing. You know
Yes.
why? Because it's a 12 gauge, you're going to stop them.
Didn't work real well in iRobot.
Well, it will this time.
Yeah, it's
At
because
least they
they
get Will
that's-
Smith.
they didn't know what a slug was in a 12 gauge.
Yeah,
in that robot.
exactly.
Weird, isn't it? Love to. How about global thermonuclear war?
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
You wanted to know what the Matrix is, Neo.
This isn't real.
What is real? How do you define real? If you're talking about what you can feel, what you can smell, what you can taste and see, then real is simply electrical signals interpreted by your brain.
3 billion human lives ended. The survivors of the nuclear fire called the war Judgment Day. They lived only to face a new nightmare, the war against the machines.
All right, so last week I gave you probably the angriest review I've ever given of a movie, and that would be Joker, the worst movie ever created by mankind.
Worse than Highlander 2?
Yes.
Hey, you can't
It's
put
really
down the Highlander 2.
Yeah, I kind of like
If your
Highlander
head comes
too.
away from your shoulders,
Yes.
your
You're
shoulder.
dead.
Yeah. No, this is you
It
know,
can be only
as I talked about last week, and I was pretty so angry I spoiled like 2 days after the movie came out because I don't care because it's the worst movie ever created. It was so bad. Even though we had no air conditioning at home, I would have preferred to have been home at the in the hotness
I would
than being in the air conditioning watching that.
Yeah.
The reviews were not good.
Yes, and they continue to be worse.
They weren't fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they might be worse than the Acolyte TV series. I think
Yeah.
they're in
Yeah.
that range.
I actually think it was worse.
Star
than that.
Wars
Well,
Christmas special kind of range.
Worse than Morbius, according to some people. But Morbius had some good things.
I
into it.
forgot Morbius was a movie.
Yeah,
Matt Smith was.
Matt
in it.
Smith
That
was dancing.
that
in
was the
it.
best
I mean,
part.
come on. I mean, if you're a Doctor Who fan. All right, here's the reason why we are playing AI Takeover. All right, so many times I've come on these radio waves and I've talked about how AI is going to take over everything and robots, and you've all laughed at me and you thought it's just a bit. It's not a bit. It's not. Many people are waking up, and then Elon Musk did this. If you haven't seen the video of Optimus, the robots, who look a lot like iRobot from iRobot, except for a different, even more menacing the cover because it looks like a stormtrooper type thing. Like what's
They look
underneath
like
that?
the guys from Daft Punk.
Sort of,
One of the guys from Daft Punk.
but not as much rhythm.
The Daft guy.
Yeah, it's just
Not the punk guy.
No, not the Punk.
all
guy.
right. So Elon Musk and I've read some things and watched some things that said usually they don't put these products out to where people can see them if they're not almost ready. And according to Musk, these will be ready by 2027. So we're just a couple years away from you having a robot in your home that can, according to the video, watch your kids,
No.
that can, do your gardening, that can take the jobs of humans, that can someday, when integrated with IA, become self-aware or be hacked, however you want to look at it, and Skynet takes over.
I think the hack is the one everybody's worried about artificial intelligence. But to me, it's what if a foreign power hacks another country's entire robot network and now has boots on the ground
Straight away, without
yeah,
even
that's an immediate
having to
force.
transport them.
Yeah,
They're
it's
there,
something you don't really hear about,
ready to
right?
rock and roll. Yep.
Everybody worries about AI becoming an intelligent thing, which I mean, who knows? But the real thing is if it's it's robots everywhere. It's like, oh well, all we've got to do is figure out how to hack those.
You know, that sentence you said reminds me of my first grade teacher. Said someday Odie will become an intelligent thing, and I'm still waiting.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah.
you have your
Don't
moments of
hold your breath
clarity.
on that.
Well, if we model all of the robots after Odie, I think
they
we'll
will be
fine.
beautiful.
Come on now.
They
We-
will be
we-
so handsome. The robot and female mixed population will just explode if they model
Yeah,
them
I
on
don't,
me.
I don't think that's
They
how
will.
that works.
100%.
I
That's how it
really
works.
don't think that's
There'll
how
be
that
little.
works.
They
I
There'll
don't
be
think that's how
little.
any of this works.
It is. There'll be little half robot, half humans walking around the place.
All right.
that
So
look-
here's the thing. Back in the day, the Jetsons came out and you had Rosie and, she was taking care of everything for the Jetsons.
Yeah.
She was the robot housekeeper and all that's nice and funny and everything. And no one really thought about, okay, that robot is taking care of the kids. Elroy wasn't all there because of Rosie. I mean, they tried to hide it.
She
but
probably dropped him a lot.
I'm guessing she did. I'm guessing
Oh,
she
no.
did. Yes. When they say that boy Elroy, and then they get the look on her face like, yeah, he ain't all there because he got dropped on his head by Rosie.
Yeah, she thought he was a basketball.
Yeah.
Do you think she
took some
dropped him?
tuning.
Do you think she dropped him or threw him?
And then, throughout
Yes.
throughout
Free
time,
throw game's really good.
I was having this discussion with my wife earlier this morning when I showed her the video. Here's the thing: without sci-fi movies, we wouldn't be having some of the greatest inventions we've ever had, like that computer that you're holding in your hands. I mean, there are so many things that kids watch sci-fi or they read a book and they go, oh, this is really cool. When they get older, they go, I bet I can make that happen. And then they do. There are some things that you should not do. I'm also thinking of a movie, and I can't remember the name of the movie, but it had Gene Simmons in it, and it had Magnum PA in it.
Westworld?
No. This was before that.
Oh, okay.
And
gosh, I sort of think I remember this, but it was awful.
Yeah, yeah, but the
made for TV movie.
No, it was actually it was in theaters. But it
Magnum PI.
Whatever.
Tom Selleck.
Yeah, Tom Selleck. I got Magnum. I got
the
him and
original
Magnum
Indiana
TA
Jones.
mixed together.
Yeah, the guy who was supposed to be Indiana Jones.
Yeah,
I want to see.
Shot through the PA system,
I just want to see Magnum, on the PA system.
Listen. I got wrestling and TV mixed. I mean, you don't know who Magnum TA is, so I went Magnum PA and instead of Magnum PI. Anyway,
I'm not even. I'm just like
I didn't even drive the right car
in my brain. I was like, that's just funny.
What if he's like the Magnum personal?
I wish my cousin Keith was watching. He would know what I'm talking about. But there were robot maids and all those kind of things. And Gene Simmons, who was the bad guy,
was he a robot?
Hacked all the technology. And they also had guns that would shoot around corners and stuff like that. Smart bullets.
Judge Dredd.
I don't think it was Judge Dredd.
No, but it's like Judge Dredd.
Like that. So
I want one.
So there are people.
You can't have
there are people out there going, "Oh, come on, this isn't going to happen." The real smart people who have no common sense. Oh, this can't happen because AI will never be sentient because AI doesn't have a soul. Get past all that. It can be hacked. It's technology. Technology can be hacked.
Period.
Things can be ransomware. Things can. There's
Runaway.
so many. Yeah, that's it. Runaway was the name of that movie.
Trey.
Trey. Yeah. Thank you, Trey.
But what I will say is that myself and Bill Freddy definitely have the reset button for all of that kind of stuff. It's
Listen,
control.
I get you have an arsenal. I get that, and I appreciate your arsenal.
Yeah.
I really do.
I used to. I lost all mine in a boating accident.
Yeah, so did I.
But here's the problem.
Lake Hartwell strikes again.
If they let's say they're making these,
they're all
let's say they're making these robots for military,
bulletproof.
They're going to make them bulletproof. They're going to make them to where your shotgun probably is not that effective.
Well, I mean that's what 50 cal muzzle loaders were.
Listen, if you have a cannon, and you might, maybe you could do that, but I don't know how well how good you are at shooting a cannon.
Pretty good. I'm Irish. We have a reputation for exploding things.
Like castles?
Yeah.
Okay.
Your real question is, are they going to be able to EMP shield all of them?
That is another question. So, and that's what Chris just brought up too.
Chris. Yep. That's the way you got to handle it. But of course, they're going to try to shield them. Of course.
Well, yeah, because right now it's just they'll be your housekeeper. They'll be all this. No, it'll be if we send these robots into combat, then we don't have to put American lives out there. Well, and the sentiment behind that is excellent.
I love that sentiment, but the argument I would make is, and everybody goes, all the robots are going to do all the work for us. Well, there's not a need for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But there's not a need for you in society. Will you be in society? I'm not trying to be super negative, but the thought process is like, what is literally our purpose to exist if you don't have work to do or a reason to be?
But here's the thing that gets me, and this might shed some light on for some people. I work a lot with robots, like industrial robots, and even the small little ones. Now, when I say small little ones, robotic arms that would fit on this desk easily and not that heavy, they are designed to be able to move a structure a lot bigger than they say they are. And you will not stop one of those robots. And that's only one small little robot arm. If you're watching on the stream, it's about the size of this microphone arm, and that could lift about a ton easily. No problem. Servo motors are bad. If one of those was to go wrong, and I've seen robots go wrong, that's just listen, Elon.
All right.
No.
But he's not going to stop.
And he's introducing the self-drive cars, self-drive taxis.
So now the self-drive taxis are going to take the robots to your house.
They don't have a steering wheel in them or pedals.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is that like Johnny Cab from
Total Recall, man?
It was Total Recall. Yeah. All right,
Love
we're gonna
that.
take a break.
Love that film.
To get out of the morbidity or the future.
Boom, boom,
that
I,
we're
for one,
talking
am
about.
looking forward to getting
All
a
right.
robot butler.
Chris,
You're in a Johnny cab.
Chris says Molotov cocktails. Thing is, they'll probably be, if they're going to be EMP proof, they're going to be fireproof.
Yes,
You-
but they're Russian proof with the Molotov and the cocktails. We like to drink it on the cold winter nights. It keeps us warm in the cockles of our hearts.
All right, that
Good for you.
Alexa,
Good
get
for
back
you.
in the box.
that
No
just
one said
makes
you could get
that
out
just
here.
makes me think of Armageddon. All right, you are listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk.
What?
You don't remember the movie Armageddon?
Yes. Oh, yeah,
Russian-
yeah, the Russian dude.
Yeah, the Russian dude. All
I
right,
got him.
this is the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas.
You said Carolinas.
No.
You said
No, my plural did not make it. You cut my mic.
I didn't.
You did. You know you did.
He likes cutting mine.
That's why you looked at me, because you knew what you did.
I didn't look at you. I didn't look at nothing.
If you hadn't looked at me, you might have got away with it.
Hey, Beaker.
You know what y'all can do.
Come back with Roundtable
You got 2 words for
and a
us.
noob.
Yeah, I'm not fighting that thing.
You bring this upon yourself.
I do
But,
not.
Yeah, you
True.
absolutely brought that upon yourself. Did you get his foot down? His foot
You
is
should
down.
have wore that T-shirt with the target on it.
you shouldn't have worn green today.
You won't see me. Black and green
want
will
it.
never be seen.
This game's turning out to be what it's supposed to be.
Really close.
Yes. I didn't make that one. Tim must have made that one. That's great. He said a pansexual furry. That's what he said.
Good Lord.
I'm just
You know,
shocked that Bill Frady knows what a furry is.
I like when I hear stuff like that because it means that this is the level I can talk to on a Sunday night. I can mention pansexual furries.
Odie is so happy that now
As
he
long
can
as
talk
you're
about
not
the
wearing a furry costume when you do it.
I may be Donald Ducking, but
Stop with the Donald Ducking.
I like
I regret
Donald
ever
Ducking.
saying that.
Yes.
I've coined a term, much like prison pocket, that has become.
No. No.
Sorry, Rob.
You made the sponsor Blanche. Don't do that.
Yikes.
Okay, that's what Blanche means. That's
Don't.
what blanching is.
Like zoinks.
Blanche is also a character
Raggy,
from Golden Girls.
Raggy, you need.
Oh yeah.
If you go to that, don't read it.
No, we got Golden Girls is one of the funniest shows. I'm sorry, I still like
Oh
it.
no, I
Yeah.
wouldn't.
I know. No, I just
But I already knew that, and I'd already
Okay.
read it.
My wife loves it, and I will watch it, and it is still
fine.
I've
Hey,
heard a
man,
lot of good
I'm
things
just
about
afraid
it.
of
Betty
the Irish
White is
mafia as
some kind of
anybody.
genius.
Okay,
I've
so I'm
seen
staying
them.
away from that.
I've seen them.
She is a
Yeah,
she is a
yeah, I
comedic
know.
genius.
Oh, she's
We
good.
still don't know
I
why.
mean, no.
We still don't know why you flew that jet. So anyway, you know what? I'm not afraid to make you noob yourself.
I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid.
You think that's the song? The
Everybody. That's the song
From that
that
play?
Jesus sang.
yeah, maybe.
Eminem Jesus sang, I'm not afraid.
I'm still looking forward to shooting you.
Me too.
What do you think about that song that's in Cool Hand Luke that he's singing at the start of it when he's chopping off the tops of the
You talking about a movie that was out like 1978?
parking meters? Yeah, he sings Plastic Jesus.
Yeah, I don't remember a movie from 1978. Sorry.
I
Hey,
like it.
I already have some results from AEW.
Go away.
I can tell you that I'm not 100% on my picks already.
Oh boy.
It ain't beige, but it'll work.
Pappy done got himself.
Oh, no, no, you're no,
Oh,
yeah,
no,
you're
I'm
Pappy.
loaning it to him. You may.
Again, I will say this many times. My wife said, "Why are you buying that?" I said, "Because I can, and it's a shotgun, and I don't care if it only goes 3 feet when I shoot it."
Also, Tim hates that gun because it never works for him. But then I immediately try it after and then just shoot him with it. It's so
Stop it! It's not fair.
I've informed him he's singing Tiny Tim again. He's like, "Why?" I said, "Because you did it so good last
you did a
year."
great job.
Yeah, that was my favorite part of the whole thing. Yeah.
Hello.
Dude, come
Sorry.
on.
Really distracted there for a second.
Why are you messing with the fantasy? We know about the reality. Don't ruin the fantasy, okay?
The Upstate Pulse presents the Nerd Roundtable.
Allow me to elaborate.
Because the guys from your high school debate team need to lay the smackdown.
Are you familiar with the Drake equation?
The one that estimates the odds of making contact with extraterrestrials by calculating the product of an increasingly restrictive series of fractional values, such as those stars with planets and those planets likely to develop life. N equals R times FP times NE times FL times FI times FC times L.
Yeah, that one. You might want to get out your tape recorder, because it's going to be a historical moment.
You know what's better than the Nerd Roundtable? A second noob for Odie.
Oh no, you messed up. That's a noob. Oh, noob.
Declining noob and
Yeah, but I do like that one.
All right, so let's talk some Dookie because I teased.
In the thing where it's coming in, is that your guy from Parks and Recreation? I can't remember what he says because the noob thing threw me. Anyway, sorry.
Probably.
Okay.
Yes. All right. So Green Day's Dookie has been demastered, not remastered, but demastered. So what they have done, they're putting it on certain places that you would never expect to get one of their songs, including Teddy Ruxpin. So you can buy a Teddy Ruxpin with a Green Day on it.
What's a
Green
Teddy
Day song?
Ruxpin?
You don't
What's a Teddy Ruxpin?
You don't remember a Teddy Ruxpin? It's a creepy little bear that you put a tape in there.
Oh,
yeah. So
It's basically an AI teddy bear.
it is. Let's see.
Yeah.
So what they've done, that entire remastered album, they're putting it out on different things, and it's a contest. So you can enter the contest. I'm not telling you how. Look it up yourself, and you can win these. So each song has a different way to listen to it, as it was demastered, including number one, the song "Burnout" is on a player piano roll. So you'd have to have a player piano in order to hear the song, but that would be kind of cool. Have you ever seen a player piano up close?
Yeah,
those things are pretty cool. How they're done. It looks like Braille.
Yeah,
But
it's really cool though.
Yeah, it is. All right,
I do think the pianos are blind.
number two, having a blast. I don't know all the songs from Dookie because I know some of them.
There's a thing before you like. There's a thing about the Dookie album. I hate it.
You hate the album
because, and don't worry, this isn't going out on the stream. Sorry, people on the stream, but this song, this one.
Oh, I love that. That's great for bumper.
That was an earworm in my head for 12 years. Seriously, Longview was stuck in my head. I'd be sitting down doing.
You sure it wasn't your theme song?
It could have been.
All right, for Longview, you can hear it on a doorbell. So I mean, you can hear it on a doorbell. Having a Blast is on floppy disk. Chump is on Teddy Ruxpin. Welcome to Paradise is on a Game Boy cartridge.
Ooh. So it's 8-bit.
Yes. You're gonna love this one. Pulling Teeth is on a toothbrush. Basket Case is on a Big Mouth Billy Bass. You know those fish that sing?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can hear that song on that fish. She is on a Hit Clip. I don't know what a Hit Clip is, but someone out there.
Yeah, I remember them from years ago.
Sassafras Roots is on 8-track. I remember 8-track.
8-track could be clear enough.
Yeah, I guess. When I Come Around on Wax Cylinder.
Oh.
Would explain that.
So Wax Cylinder was the precursor to vinyl.
Thomas Edison.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He invented it. It was him. And it literally is a cylinder of wax.
And it rotates.
Yeah.
And
Okay, I've seen those.
It rotates. It rotates this way as opposed to.
It's so practical because everybody has a player for that.
Yeah.
All right. When I Come Around, I already said that. Wax Cylinder. Coming Clean is on X-Ray record. No, I guess it's a record that's an X-ray. I don't know.
Hopefully it's covered in lead.
Yeah, and Minius Sleepus is on an answering machine. So the little answering machine tapes. In the End is on mini disc. FOD.
That's not a downgrade.
It's not really. Yeah,
Mini disc is fantastic.
Yeah, we used to use those around here too.
Yeah.
FOD is on Fisher Price Record. So one of those little Fisher Price thingies. And finally, All By Myself is on a music box.
The Fisher Price would only be good if it were sang by the little people.
All right, a lot of people hate Dookie apparently, and you know,
as I said, the only reason I don't like the album is because Longview was stuck in my brain.
All right, let's talk about something sad. Doc Harris, who was the narrator for Dragon Ball Z, has died at the age of 76. If you watch anything Dragon Ball Z, the narrator, he's such a contrast to everything else.
Such a good part.
It just made it work so perfect, and he has passed away. You don't really think about the voice guy or the woman doing the voices until they're gone, unless you're in the business and you make a lot of money, which we some of us would love to do. That would be great. All right, PlayStation Move controller, which I know Rob has played PlayStation. I guess we've all played PlayStation, the Move controllers. Would you be willing to allow someone to do surgery from 5,780 miles away with the PlayStation Move controller?
No.
All right. So if you did allow that, what surgery would you allow, Odie?
Vasectomy.
Okay. All right. I mean, so you're just going for it.
Well,
right
he's
there.
figuring it. He already doesn't want it to function properly.
All or nothing.
Yeah. There we go. Okay.
I'm guessing it's going to be nothing.
God, I hope that guy doesn't have the hiccups.
Well, yeah. So they didn't do
I
that.
warned you, I do have tremors.
They didn't do that.
Oh,
They
man.
did an endoscopy.
Oh.
So not the other end, not it goes down your throat.
The top.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought,
Last time I had to have the other end checked, they did that too. They did them both. So I don't know if the cameras met in the middle somewhere. Probably did.
I'm just hoping they didn't use the same camera.
Yeah, that would not be good. But this is kind of cool, and also kind of okay. They did it on a pig. All right, so it's not like they did it on a human first.
Okay.
They did it on a pig, but what's next? If they can do it on a pig from miles. But here's the thing: let's say you have to have major surgery, and the foremost surgeon in all the world, the only guy who can do this kind of surgery, can't get to where you are, but he can do it with PlayStation. Do you allow him to do it?
If he's good at it, yeah.
Rob, you're shaking your head. Would you?
I think I get on a plane.
I think we have different circumstances.
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, if you're saying like the guy, you're not in any condition to fly, and you're gonna die in 2 hours or something, and then the guy can.
I mean, if
do
you're
it, I
gonna if you're
guess.
gonna die anyway, might as well take the chance.
Right. If it's something that dire, right? But if it's just
yeah, I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know. I think it depends on the circumstances. If it's me, probably no. But if it's a family member, and that's the only way that the family member can be
right, that's
taken care
different,
of,
right?
yeah,
Like if it's a thing
yeah.
where it's this or it's this or lights out, then you
Yeah.
roll the dice. I mean, you can't lose.
All
You
right,
only win.
You are going to lose anyway, so might as well take a chance.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Sparking Zero just came out, and Cameron played in a mini tournament today at a gathering.
Yes, I did.
And what about this game? Because everyone's asking me, have you bought it yet? Have you bought it yet? And I have not bought it yet.
I forgot how into this I was.
I haven't.
When I started playing, like when I was playing the story mode and stuff, I started to feel that again. But when I went over and I hung out with Matthew for a bit, I locked in. I got into it, and I was just so entranced by what was going on the screen, and it was moving so fast. It was so fluid. And
All right, so it's on next gen console, and so I'm guessing it looks really good.
oh yeah,
Voice work, original voice work, or
Yeah.
can you tell?
And,
Okay,
like,
that's good.
brand new lines and stuff too, like stuff you've never heard from the anime, but goes along with it.
Story mode, good.
Oh, excellent. There's a whole bunch of what if stuff I keep bumbling into, which gives you like brand new storylines. Like, what if Goku never died against Raditz?
So
Like that.
here's the thing: I used to love those games, and then Cameron started beating me, and then it took all the joy of the games out of it for
I
me,
will say,
to where I just didn't want to play them anymore.
You
I mean,
create- you
you're
created this
proud and also ticked off at the same time, because your child has surpassed you at something and makes you look bad when they do it, and then you just don't want to do it anymore.
to be fair, I made a lot of people look bad too.
Yeah, you did,
You were-
because
you were in a crowd.
I had heard coming up as a teen, as a kid, that there's a thing called the Reitzel grin, which makes people want to punch me. I've seen that reflected back to me, and I get it now. And I'm still proud, but I'm ticked off. All right. Nintendo just came out with an alarm clock called Alarmo. Odie, it's called Alarmo, and what it does, you set it by your bed, and it will tell you how you slept. It will read your circadian rhythms. It will wake you up in the morning to Nintendo stuff.
Does it have the same energy as something from Don't Hug Me?
You can pick from 35 scenes inspired by 5 Nintendo titles: Super Mario Odyssey, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Splatoon 3, Pikmin 4, and Ring Fit Adventure. Then set a time and let Alarmo do its work.
Will Alarmo just splatter you with paint if you pick Splatoon?
All right, here's what it looks like to me. It looks like Miss Minutes.
That's not freaky.
No, it's absolutely freaky.
What's his name?
Alarmo?
Type in Nintendo Alarm.
So you can let's see. In the morning, you'll experience immersive sounds and music from the scene you picked. Rise to the sounds of Mushroom Kingdom with Mario and friends. Begin your day's adventure with Link and Princess Zelda. Or start fresh with Inklings from Splatoon 3. And those are just some of the experiences you can wake up to. That's not all. You can also check records to see how much you move around in your sleep. Set an hourly chime themed to your chosen title and change between steady or gentle modes for your morning alarm. In steady mode, the alarm will gradually get more intense the longer you stay in bed, whereas gentle mode offers a more. Here's the thing, and it says, "Oh, it is not recording any of this. It's not sending the information to anyone."
Oh,
yeah,
sure.
yeah, right. Yeah, right.
I want a steady thing of Wario trying to get you up. It's like, wah, wah.
I used to have an alarm clock. I used to have an alarm clock that you would put on your bedside cabinet or whatever you want to call it. And when the alarm rang off, the alarm would run away. It would literally roll off the cabinet and just disappear. You had to get out of bed.
What's wrong with it? Oh, so you can't turn the sound off.
No.
I was going to say,
yeah.
if it goes to another room, it takes the alarm with it, and you don't hear it as much, right?
I sleep with the door closed.
Okay.
If you want to have nightmares, you could have one that had Deckard Cain talking to you.
Oh, there we go.
I hope you slept well last
I hope you slept well.
I identified it.
All right. No, we don't need a Pappy alarm clock. All right. We're going to take our final break.
That'll get it done.
Yeah.
You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas. All right. No lightning round. We're coming back and talking sometime. Right.
I agree with Betty White's character in Golden Girls. I saw that. Awesome.
I'm going to do something just for one split second. I'll tell you in a few minutes, okay? I'm just going to drop them for like 35 seconds.
Yeah, just wait till after the show. If it's something you need to leave,
no,
then we can.
I can deal with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, now you're going to make me feel guilty.
No,
about
it's
us
not.
shooting
It's
you
just
on the Nerf wall.
it's just bad news from the peninsula.
Sorry, buddy.
Dude.
No, it's okay.
No. We can't be doing that.
No, it's fine.
Okay. I mean, if someone passed or
No.
something.
But
Okay.
they're about to.
Oh,
fortunately.
Dude, then I don't want to do it.
Do what?
We can
I
postpone.
don't want to shoot you.
We'll postpone it. We'll do it another time.
We'll do it another time.
We'll be
Rob,
No,
bring the big gun.
no, I don't want to do it.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll postpone it. I'll come back with the Space Marine cannon.
I will come back to hurt you.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll bring it. I'll have both of them. I'll have one like head mounted.
There we go.
Helmet
There we
with
go.
a spotlight.
Yeah, request
Maybe-
a Destiny Galahorn as well.
Maybe one of my 1,000,000 candle watt flashlights, like mounted on the top.
You got one of them?
It's like
Yeah.
that big.
Yeah,
It
flashing
will
in
shoot
his
all the way.
eyes, and he won't be able
I
to see
might
him
have it in
coming.
the parking lot. Well, I'll pull it out in the parking lot. It's absurd.
Dude.
It's absurd. The flashlight's like that big.
I'm
and
glad
it'll-
you said that. If
it'll go-
Odie would have said that, it would have been totally different statement.
Pulling it out. in the
It'll go
parking lot.
across about 3 acres of my property and light up the woods.
Wow.
It's really dumb.
Holy crap! Yeah, that's bright.
It's really bright.
Probably shouldn't aim it at traffic though. When you,
I mean,
you know,
okay.
if it goes that far, it will reach 385. That might be a bad thing.
I mean, the anarchist in me.
Yeah.
Where's my mask? Oh man.
Is that a constant struggle? Does
There-
Dante have
there-
to just keep going? Rob, please take the Guy Fawkes mask out.
Yeah, he
I
looks
don't
at me
wanna
a
go
lot
home
in
right now.
size. It happens frequently. There's a good documentary on Bitcoin on Netflix. If you haven't watched it, Do you guys realize the guy that created Bitcoin still has? They estimate he has over $1 trillion in Bitcoin that's never been cashed in.
Hmm. Will he ever be able to?
Yeah, he can cash anytime he wants. But then he vanished,
see who
and no
it
one knows who
was,
he is.
Man.
Okay.
I mean, that was the whole point.
Or maybe he's one of the guys that claim they're just one of the proponents for it.
The only.
That's the deal. No one knows who he is.
Maybe it's actually an AI.
I get it. There's been some of that, and
It's pretty
I'm
fun, though.
12 hours away from. I can't
Fun
imagine being as
documentary. I
far
enjoyed
away as
watching
you
it.
are.
24 hours, no matter what I do.
You guys wouldn't know me if I would have bought Bitcoin when I wanted to. I let someone talk me out of buying $20,000 of Bitcoin.
Wow.
When?
It would have been somewhere around 10 million now. When I say you wouldn't know me, I'm not joking, because I would have went poof,
Adios.
Poof. I would have been up in the mountains hiding somewhere. Yep.
Then we wouldn't get you on here.
So we'd be rich. We wouldn't know what we never had.
That's right.
That's how that works.
Depressing.
We might read about, upstate businessman.
That weirdo up in the mountains buys all the comic books.
Eccentric recluse, Rob Young. From his
What about
mountain
that guy
compound.
that bought pizza with 5 Bitcoin?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
How many people got? So there were tons of video game tournaments that were giving Bitcoin as prizes, and people like lost the keys. And you're talking about like they were giving them, hey, winner gets 5 Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Yeah, worth $20 instead of $250,000.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy to think about.
Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse final segment of the show. Skip it lightning round today because it's Comic-Con time. Comic-Con Junior, South Carolina Comic-Con Junior, just 2 weeks and a day away. And
Yikes.
Come on. You got to be good at it by now, right? I mean, as far as
I will tell you,
organizing
it's
and everything.
never not a bundle of nerves.
Okay. All right.
Because if the day that you're, it's kind of like the day
I know
that
how
you're
that
not
sounded.
nervous.
You know, I didn't mean it that
Oh,
way.
no,
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
But the day you're not nervous, you should probably stop doing it because you're trying to get it right. It's a live event. Something always happens.
Yeah.
Because the excitement is kind of part of the point.
Part of the point.
And I don't
You
think
care
I've ever
about the
seen you
experience.
completely calm during these events. You're just like moving around and doing.
Yeah, there's always
Yeah.
something, and you're trying to. And the hardest part is there's all these people in the room, and I've had people come that I've never been able to see, who I really wanted to see. It could be a guest, it could be someone just buying a ticket to come in, it could be a vendor, and you're trying to kind of make all those rounds, and you have a very limited amount of time to do it while addressing everything that pops up at the same time. It's not a complaint; it's just a reality of it, right? Just do the best you can, then you appreciate all the chances that you did get to talk to people,
True.
pictures to take. And
I think that's with any big live event. I mean, even here on a small scale, how much things do we talk about normally, or how many things do we have on the list that we just never get a chance to do it?
Very true. And, it's organic. And I'm guessing that's organic to, I mean, you have organization, but you don't know how things are going to go.
Right.
You don't know how many people are going to come through. You don't know if there's going to be a problem. This outlet doesn't work for these guys, or this person's coming in late and
all that stuff
and they drive their truck in and they need to drive their truck out because the thing's getting ready to start.
That's happened.
Yeah,
I've had to. We've had to yell that, hey, the show's not going to open unless these 3 vehicles are pulled out of the hall. And the best way to do that is make that announcement to everybody, because people, you don't know whose vehicle it is. And I guarantee you the vendor next to that guy is going to walk over and go, either you give me your keys or you go move your vehicle. And usually that person, half the time they forgot. They're unloading and went, oh Lord, I didn't. Right. It's usually not on purpose, but you got to help them, give them the nudge and get their stuff out. So yeah.
All right. So since we're on the new signal, and still a new signal, 98.9 at WRD, we go all the way up to Charlotte. We go
massive signal,
way into Georgia. What would you say to people who've never been to South Carolina Comic-Con Junior, who are in those states, to get them to come to this con?
That the whole idea behind both conventions, it's family friendly, it's fun, it's a relaxing atmosphere, everybody's welcome. It's a place where you can just go enjoy some geeky stuff. and get away. I think we all kind of need that right now, kind of in the Southeast. It's been kind of a tough time. And we try to make it as cheap as we can. I mean, $15 for 40,000 square feet of stuff. I don't know that there's anything priced that cheap. This show isn't super, behind the scenes, in all honesty. Junior's not very profitable. It's one we do for fun. And it's one we want everybody to come have a good time at. So come have fun.
It's definitely a nice segue into the whole Comicon genre, if you want to call it that.
Not so intimidating, right?
Yeah, the very first
It's a
Comic-Con
taste.
I went to was the Comicon Junior. And yeah, there was people dressed up, and Lance and the guys kept saying to me, wait till you see the next one, wait till you see the big one. There's going to be a lot more people in costume. But it was nice because there was nothing kind of shocking. Now, there was some costumes were a little bit out there, but the fact that it was the smaller of the two, it was kind of like, okay.
It's not overwhelming in size. You can go in, you can see the whole show in a day, and still have some time to go do something else. I think for the big show, it is really a 2-day experience to try to see it all. Your costume contest on the second day and panels, and sometimes standing in line to see a celebrity takes time out of your show. So you want to do 2 days. Whereas with this one, it goes a lot faster. And I think it's really cool. I mean, for a 1-day show, having Kane and having Eric Roberts and Corin Nemec and all these different things, I do think it's a little different. I think it's one that's kind of fun, and it's probably the best guest list we've had at a little 1-day show before. What we call a little 1-day show.
As Rob mentioned earlier, you can bring your kids and they can trick or treat. And one thing about it, you're going to be safe because you're going to be inside a convention center and going around seeing a lot of cool and nerdy stuff and getting some candy. So, I mean, and your kid gets to dress up like they would for Halloween. A lot of people are going to be dressed up anyway, but why not come to South Carolina Comic-Con Junior?
We'll be there.
Yeah, we will be there and probably followed around. But I'm pretty sure Junior is where we got followed around by the stormtroopers. Can't remember.
I remember when he stalked you. It was hilarious.
Yeah, that was very cool. A little bit creepy, but also very cool. And when you do come up and say hi to Odie. He really loves that stuff. You can just wave at me. I mean, I don't
from a distance.
I don't need that.
Lonzo loves people.
Yeah, I just
give him a hug.
And people who know, and you just won't leave me alone, and that's fine. I mean, you do the opposite of what I ask, and I'm okay with that. Listen, you need to come and have a good time, and especially if you have someone in your life who's really into this stuff, but you're not, and you're trying to find a way to maybe understand a little bit. Come out to the South Carolina Comic-Con Junior with them. Check it out. Check out the people. Just talk to people. Have a good time. Maybe make some purchases and go away maybe with a better understanding of a kid who's into nerdy stuff that you're not into.
Come out, have some fun. Come say hey. I mean, 501st will even be there now that you mentioned it. We didn't even mention that. But go to sccomiccon.com. Go to sccomiccon on Facebook or Instagram and get a little bit more info or hit us up through socials.
All right. Shout out to everybody who was listening today. Thank you. And we're going to put off the Nerf wall for a little bit, but he'll get shot eventually. Thank you for listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD. Okay, now I can go home.
Yep. Did you guys win?
Oh, no, it's not over yet. You are not to call our house. You are not to text. You are not to knock on the door when my wife is watching the Buckeyes.
It's just a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah.
Because that's her team and she's into it. Me too. But
not as much as her.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah. This is number 2 versus number 3.
My wife's into the Orioles, so we watch pretty much all baseball. We'll watch any baseball. We don't care. But we'll watch baseball and fights, man. That's our. And then some wrestling.
See the top text. Do we have to pay?
We'll get back to you on that. We got another week. We'll let you know.
Do we have to pay for photo ops with the Upstate Pulse crew?
Only if you require Donald Ducking.
Can we get
All
a
right,
table?
We'll say goodbye to everybody. Goodbye, everybody.
Quack, quack.